Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. With Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Horvath deep second, he is up. Ball goes to Horvath. Horvath fades back there. The pass. Look out for this. It's a touchdown, Ohio.
The ball is set down. Ganowitz boots it. It is good.
What's happening through there? And he may go all the way. Look out for this. There he goes. Hello, Cassidy.
And it's Griffin coming up middle, 25, 20, 15, 5.
He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Eddie George.
Play right side, steps up and gets to the end zone. Troy Smith.
You know, when you're used to somebody else leading, there's no one else to look. You have to be the guy who does it.
To the 20, and he's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith.
It's going to take everybody on the roster to go win a championship.
To the 10, and into the end zone. Punt return touchdown for Caleb Downs.
In the plan to win, the number one thing is play great defense.
Gets the snap, waist high pressure right away, and he's grabbed and sacked. Sonny Styles dumps him right around the 17-yard line.
It's an opportunity to learn and grow and see, what it takes to win in the CFP.
The 9th national championship in Ohio State history. A team that got into the playoffs and they played angry and determined. And they give Ryan Day his first national championship.
From Learfield, this is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics. Buckeye football is brought to you statewide by Encova Insurance and by the Ohio Kubota dealers on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield. And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through January 5th, you can get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander, including hybrid models, with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get Toyota Care 2 years, no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's the Big Ten Championship game tonight. Two unbeatens, ranked number 1 and number 2, Ohio State and Indiana. The starting lineups presented by the American Dairy Association Mideast. Chocolate milk has 8 grams of protein with the power to fuel everyone, including Ohio State quarterback Tavian St. Clair. He's built like a Buckeye, and you can be too. Learn more at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/built like a Buckeye. The Ohio State offense led by quarterback Julian Sayin. Bo Jackson will be the lead tailback. Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis, and Jeremiah Smith wide receivers. Max Clare leads the group of tight ends. On the offensive line, Carson Hinsman at center. Luke Montgomery and Tegra Shabola at guards. Austin Saraveld and Philip Daniels, the tackles. The Indiana defense opposite them. On the line, Stephen Daly, Tyreek Tucker, Mario Landino, and Mikhail Kamara. Linebackers were Elijah Hardy and Aiden Fisher. Defensive backs, Jamari Sharp, Lewis Moore, Amari Farrell, D'Angelo Pons, and Devin Boykin. The Indiana offense will be led by quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Roman Himby will be their lead tailback. Omar Cooper, Charlie Becker, Elijah Surratt, their 3 wide receivers. Riley Nowakowski, a tight end. On the offensive line, Pat Coogan at center. Bray Lynch and Drew Evans, the guards. Khalil Benson and Carter Smith are the tackles. Meanwhile, the Ohio State defense will have up front Caden Curry, Caden McDonald, Taiwan Malone, and Kenyatta Jackson. Linebackers are Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese. In the secondary, Davis and Igbinosun, Caleb Downs, Jalen McClain, Jermaine Matthews, and Lorenzo Styles. The coin toss, the opening kickoff, and who knows what else when we continue here on the home of the Buckeyes.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. Auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. DirecTV now includes ESPN Unlimited. Visit DirecTV.com today. DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Included premium apps may vary. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment use required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan.
Welcome inside the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Well, during this holiday season, this is a gift that both of these teams wanted to unwrap. Ohio State and Indiana, both undefeated, 1-2 in the nation, meeting for the Big Ten championship.
And for Ohio State, Jim, it's been a while since they've been here.
Yeah, it has been 2020, and that was obviously a difficult year for the whole nation, the whole country to go through the pandemic. But Ohio State was able to make it here and got a victory. But that was the last time that they've been here. They've been here now. This will be the 7th time. So I think that's the most of any teams in the Big Ten. They got 5 wins. So they only lost to Michigan State way back in, what was that, 2013?
2013, yes.
That was a tough game for Ohio State. Had a chance to win that game. Just didn't get that conversion there on 4th down. And, Michigan State, give them credit, they found a way to get it done. But this is what it's all about in college football in the modern era, to find a way to get to your Big Ten championship game or your conference championship game. And both these teams have excelled all season long.
We're getting closer to the kickoff. More coming up on the home of the Buckeyes. The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Hey, Buckeye fans, are you thinking of consolidating your debt with a home equity loan? Union Home Mortgage wants you to know the average homeowner has over $200,000 of home equity available, and they can help you get access to your money quickly and easily. Go to UHM.com to get your cash estimate today. You'll score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country, Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
Ah, college. A time to broaden the mind, question, learn. A time to challenge the status quo. And eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of The Ohio State University and the unofficial bank of pizza. Let's go Bucks! Let's get more for money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
As it can get, number 1 and number 2 meeting tonight in the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State and Indiana both undefeated. Let's talk about streaking, not the recreational sport of the 60s and the 70s, but the streaks that Ohio State has going on coming into this game. 29 consecutive wins over Indiana. 30 if you count the 2010 vacated game. 16 consecutive overall wins. The number 1 streak in the nation. 9 consecutive wins over ranked football teams. Ohio State has had a lot of good things going coming into this tough matchup tonight, Jim.
Yeah, they have. They've been on a roll. This team has played well all year long. And, as you talked about, you got to go back to last December. We're playing Tennessee in Ohio Stadium, and you didn't know who's going to show up after that. Well, the Buckeyes showed up. They showed up fast. They got on the early lead, and then they just kept taking care of business. Went out to Rose Bowl, took care of Oregon. had a great game against Texas, scoop and score, and then they dominated Notre Dame in the national championship game in Atlanta. And then this year, they've been on a roll all year long.
They certainly have. Ohio State, as you mentioned earlier, they're making a record 7th championship game appearance here for the Big Ten Conference. They are 5-1, 5 consecutive victories after they dropped that Michigan State game. They have not played here since 2020 when they beat Northwestern. They've not been here with most people, including ourselves, in person since 2019. Indianapolis had been a very favorable place for Ohio State football for a long time. Maybe it was taken for granted, but it's appreciated now that it's back.
Exactly right, Paul. We thought every December, early December, we were going to be here in Indianapolis. That's the way it seemed. That was on the pace that we were on. But all of a sudden, you miss it in 2020. You know, they're here, but not many fans are here. 21, 22, 23, 24. But now they're back, and the Buckeyes are back at the big stage. And a lot of the Buckeye fans made that short trip over here to Indianapolis to watch this game. Of course, there's a lot of Hoosiers fans just about an hour away from Bloomington that made the trip too.
The first time ever that Indiana has appeared in the Big Ten championship game. The turnaround has been remarkable under Curt Cignetti, what they have done. These two teams will be playing for a 17th consecutive season. They did not meet in the regular season. They will meet in the regular season next year in Bloomington. It was almost a regular occurrence, especially when you had divisions. But here they are now meeting in the Big Ten championship game. Both teams undefeated. Both teams seemingly in line for a first-round bye in the college football playoffs. It's just a matter of will they be a 1 seed or be just a little bit lower. And, oh, by the way, the Heisman Trophy could be part of what comes into play as a result of tonight's game. The captains are preparing to meet in the middle of the field for the coin toss. We'll go down to Tyler Danberg.
Ohio State's captains, Brandon Innish, Sonny Styles, Austin Saraveld, Caleb Downs. For Indiana, Aiden Fisher, Elijah Surratt, Riley Nowakowski, and Pat Coogan. Ron Snodgrass is our referee. He's got the coin toss. Let's listen in.
Captains come in and greet each other. Indiana's been designated as the visitor on this game, so I'll have you call the toss. You repeat his call. This will be the coin tonight. Both helmets for Indiana and Ohio State is heads. The Big Ten logo is tails. What's your call? What did he call? He called tails. We're going to let it hit the ground. It's a head. Ohio State won the toss, deferred their choice to the second half. You'll want to receive. Indiana will receive.
Ohio State will kick off towards the north goal.
All right, thank you, Tyler. And we'll remind you that each Buckeye defensive third down this half is brought to you by Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property since 1946. From knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. Tonight's Atlas Butler game time temperature, 72 degrees indoors. Atlas Butler, proud to serve Central Ohio for over 100 years. Their technicians are scheduled day and night, 7 days a week, including holidays. And since Atlas Butler is always open, you never pay any after-hours service fees. For all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs, call 1-800-FURNACE. Ohio State, as the designated home team, will be wearing their scarlet jerseys with their silver helmets and their gray trousers. Indiana wearing whites with the crimson helmets and crimson trim. There is a lot of scarlet and crimson throughout this stadium that seats over 63,000. It was estimated the cheapest ticket to get in the door, over $600.
That's incredible for college football, isn't it? Man, it's just the economy of scale has gone up amazingly over the years, and tough ticket to get. That's almost like talking Super Bowl prices to get into the stadium to watch this ball game.
Solomon Van Horst, who is an 8th-year college player, is back deep along with Roman Hemby to await the kickoff. Jaden Fielding, Ohio State senior place kicker, who has had 55 touchbacks this year, will put this ball in the air to get tonight's game started. First ever meeting between these two teams in the Big Ten championship game. They have played one another a lot. Ohio State has 82 wins, 12 losses, and there had been 5 ties when you used to be able to have ties. The last Buckeye loss to Indiana was Dark Day 2 in 1988, which was preceded by Dark Day 1 the year before.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. There have been some close calls, not many, not recently anyway. Ohio State will be kicking from right to left as we view things from the Lucas Oil Stadium facility, the home of the Indianapolis Colts. Folks have been crowding the downtown streets of Indianapolis all day with a basketball game that went on earlier over at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where the Louisville Cardinals beat the Indiana Hoosiers on the hard court.
This will be Jaden Fielding's 81st kickoff during this season. 55 of those have been touchbacks.
Yep, the ball is on the tee. And Jaden Fielding has been given the all-clear by the officials, and he'll approach to get tonight's game started. Boots it with the right foot. That ball is in the air, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback. Indiana's offense, 5th in the nation, averaging 483 yards per game, second best in the nation at averaging over 44 points a game, going up against the number 1 total defense and scoring defense in the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Fernando Mendoza, junior from Miami, transfer from Cal Berkeley, 72% completions, 2,700 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, which is an IU season record, and 5 interceptions.
That looks like Drew Evans, the starting left guard for Indiana, who missed a couple games, is ready to go. He's out there in the starting lineup. Indiana
is huddled up around their quarterback. Many consider Mendoza the Heisman Trophy favorite. Roman Hemby will be off his right hip. Charlie Becker, Omar Cooper wide to the right. Elijah Surratt wide left. 1st and 10 Indiana from their own 25-yard line. Snap to Mendoza. Fakes the handoff. Looks to throw. Fires on the run where it is caught, and the receiver's going to be dumped at the 34-yard line. And that is Surratt, who is dumped by All-American safety Caleb Downs at the 34.
Mendoza's down.
Oh, my goodness. Fernando Mendoza, the all-everything for quarterback from Indiana, is flat on his chest on the field. His backup is his brother, Alberto Mendoza. Wow, this would be a major, major blow to Indiana if Fernando Mendoza is hurt when you consider everything he's done to be called the Offensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten, the Quarterback of the Year, and first-team All-Conference.
Yeah, it looked like maybe one of the Buckeyes players hit him as he threw that football.
Caden Curry maybe is the indication.
Right around the shoulder area.
Now, there's no penalty involved. Now Fernando Mendoza has rolled into a seated position. But he has some attention from the training staff and doctors out there. And his brother, Alberto, a redshirt freshman, is warming up, played in 7 games this year. He's in his second year at Indiana. He was 18 for 24 passing, 286, 5 touchdowns, and an interception. One of those TD passes came last. This is something nobody saw coming.
Yeah, clean hit there by Caden Curry. Looks like Mendoza's up on his feet.
Little wobbly, but not too much.
Exactly.
But that'll prompt him to have to sit out at least for a play as he goes into a slight jog to the sideline.
Well, he got the completion to Elijah Surratt and picked up 9 yards. So the Buckeyes gave up 9 on the first and second and short.
So his brother Alberto Mendoza will come out and take over 2nd and 1. Indiana with the ball at their own 34-yard line. Hoosiers break their huddle as the Ohio State defense does as well. Becker will come wide to the right. Cooper and Surratt wide to the left. Tight end Nowakowski is on the left side of the line. Hemby in the backfield next to Alberto Mendoza. 2nd and short, Indiana, their own 34. Hemby to give, going up the middle. Hemby's going to be piled up, then squirts forward to the 35 and should move the chains of the first down. Down to the bottom of the pile was linebacker Sonny Styles for Ohio State. It should move the chains. It hasn't yet.
They had to get to the 35. I don't think they gave it to him.
They certainly did.
There they did.
Now they do.
Yeah.
So to be 1st and 10, Indiana working from their own 35-yard line. And as they huddle up, we'll see if Fernando Mendoza is in the middle of the huddle or if it's his brother Alberto. Of course, Fernando transferred after having been at California, where Devin Brown, Ohio State's previous backup quarterback, went. So Fernando Mendoza working at quarterback for Indiana. 1st and 10 at their own 35. Opening drive of the game with no score. Hemby in the backfield next to Mendoza. And Hemby the give, going straight up the middle. Hemby runs into some defenders, and he'll go down around the 37-yard line. Caden Curry, defensive lineman, one of the first to make contact with Roman Hemby.
Yeah, he's working against the center, Pat Coogan. Got some good penetration there, but it was a positive play for Indiana. They're going to give him a gain of about maybe 2.5, 3.
Hemby averages 5.3 a carry. 2nd and 7, Hoosiers at their own 38-yard line. Becker wide right, Cooper and Surratt wide left. And Al Hemby in a pistol behind Fernando Mendoza. And to give to Hemby, coming right side. He hits the 40-yard line and is hit by Sonny Styles, linebacker, and pushed backwards to the Indiana 35, which will bring up a course and 3rd down.
Taiwan Malone did a good job there holding up the right guard for Indiana, Bray Lynch, number 74, and allowing Sonny Styles to run free.
But how about Styles, first team all Big Ten? 68 tackles coming into this game, and a big one right there to make it 3rd and 4, Indiana at their own 41. Kalen Black is coming to tailback. He'll be off the left hip of Mendoza. 3 receivers dispatched out wide to the left. Charlie Becker is wide right on 3rd down, Indiana. Snap to Fernando Mendoza. Back to throw from his 32. He'll now roll to his left with some pressure coming. Wider to the left he goes. Gets to the 40-yard line. Flows upfield. Caught at the 49 and falling down at the Ohio State 49 is Charlie Becker, Indiana wide receiver, and he gets the Hoosier first down.
Alberto Mendoza did a great job there. He felt the pressure by Ohio State's defensive line. He had to roll out. Then he took off, started rolling towards the Indiana bench to his left, and then saw the open receiver, Charlie Becker, and hit him for the first down.
At the Ohio State 49. This is the opening drive of the game. Fernando Mendoza straight behind his center, Pat Coogan, who played against Ohio State in the championship game last year. It's Black, remaining at tailback. Snap to Fernando Mendoza. Back to throw. He looks, cocks the arm, fires deep down the middle of the field, going for Cooper, and it is incomplete inside the 10-yard line, but Lorenzo Styles, nickelback, back there to make the play.
Fernando's back.
Yes, he only missed one play.
Yeah, it was good.
Yes. So it'll be 2nd and 10, Indiana with the ball at the 49, and Cooper goes limping off the field after that play. Indiana will send E.J. Williams in as a receiver. He'll come wide to the right. 2 wide to the right, single flanker left for Fernando Mendoza, who's got Black in the backfield with him. Snap to Fernando Mendoza. Hands to Black going left side, and Black is knocked down around the Ohio State 47-yard line. And the Buckeyes were able to get over there to make the stop. Defensive lineman Caden McDonald.
Defensive lineman of the year in the Big Ten. Came off the block inside, was able to shed that block, go out to his right, and make that play for a short gain.
It'll be a course and 3rd down, 7 to go, Indiana at Ohio State's 46-yard line. LeBron Bond is coming as a wide receiver. He will come wide to the right. Elijah Surratt goes wide to the left with Black remaining in the backfield next to Fernando Mendoza. 3rd and 7, Indiana at Ohio State's 46. Mendoza looking to pass. He sets up at his 41, being chased, and he's going to be grabbed, and he's going to be sacked at his own 48-yard line by defensive lineman Caden Curry, an Indiana native. Big play behind the line of scrimmage for the Ohio State defense. It'll bring up 4th down and a punt for Indiana.
Yeah, that time he was working against number 75, Zen Mahosky, a former Ohio State football player. He got upfield, got to quarterback depth, then tossed Zen Mahosky inside, came off that block, and was able to pick up the sack.
Mitch McCarthy averaging a little more than 40 per punt. Booting it away. Mark Langston will snap it. And the punter gets the ball and hits it from his own 37-yard line. Brandon Ennis backing up for Ohio State. He'll wave for a fair catch and make it to the Buckeye 12-yard line. And Ohio State will get their hands on the ball for the first time with no score in the game. 10:35 to play first quarter. Buckeye football is brought to you in part by Encoba Insurance. For auto and home, encircling you with solutions you can trust. Encoba, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 10:35 to play first quarter. No score. Ohio State and Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
When you're here, you understand what it means to be a Buckeye. And at Elk & Elk, we're proud to wear scarlet and gray every Saturday. Every client, every day, means if you're ever injured, we're proud to stand with you in court. And when you're here at the shoe, we're proud to stand with you and cheer on the Buckeyes. Whether we're here at the big game or in court, we are committed to you. Elk & Elk, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
10:35 to play first quarter. Ohio State and Indiana are scoreless. Each first down that Ohio State picks up today brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
A lot of enthusiasm right now on Ohio State sidelines. After the opening kickoff, the specialists went over to the Indiana section, and they were trying to rile up the crowd. Then, as Caden Curry forced that sack, he was riled up. He was in a deep crouch, then came sprinting onto the bench, where his teammate, Caden McDonald, said, "He's too smooth." Curry's played 3 state title games here on this very field. He's trying to win a Big Ten title.
Julian Sand, redshirt freshman from Carlsbad, California, leads the nation in completion percentage and quarterback rating, completing 78% of his passes, over 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And the Buckeyes start their first drive of the night at their own 12-yard line. Bo Jackson will be a tailback. He has had 6 games of 100 yards or more rushing, 3 in a row. In the shotgun formation, Sand gets the snap. Fakes a handoff, throws left side. Jeremiah Smith has it at the 18, pushes his way to the 20, off a defender to the 25, where he is thrown down at the 25-yard line by his former high school teammate, D'Angelo Pons, cornerback. First down Buckeyes, and it's a pickup presented by Kroger.
That time Ohio State had 12 personnel and 1 back, 2 tight ends. Made it look like it was a run look, had a little play action there and hit Jeremiah Smith to the quarterback's left, and Jeremiah picked up that first down with extra effort.
Smith wide right, Tate wide left. 2 tight ends left side of the line with Jackson in the backfield for quarterback Julian Sand. First and 10, Ohio State to their own 25, scoreless first quarter. Sand is going to throw again. Gets set up at his 15, rolls to his right, and now will throw it back to the left side and just chucks that one out of bounds well over the head of Max Clare. He had a defender coming back there to put pressure on him in the backfield. Julian Sand did believe it was defensive end Stephen Daly.
Yeah, Daly was in there, and then number 95, Tyreek Tucker, came in from the inside, so he had pressure from the outside and the inside. Tucker, working against our center and guard there, was able to get some penetration on that first down play.
So second down, 10 to go. Buckeyes at their own 25-yard line. Under 10 to play here in the first quarter. Bo Jackson off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sand, who's dispatched 2 receivers wide to the right. Tight ends on each side of the line. Give to Jackson, coming left side. Jackson squirts his way up to the 28, throw him down at about the 29-yard line. As Indiana had defenders crashing in there right away and jumping in to make the stop immediately with safety Lewis Moore.
Ran the left side behind that offensive line. Austin Saraveld, Luke Montgomery picked up 4 behind those guys.
So to be 3rd and 6, so Ohio State at their own 29-yard line. C.J. Donaldson will come in at tailback, as does Brandon Innes, wide receiver, who goes wide to the right with Max Clare as well as Donaldson. Nope, Donaldson stays, in the backfield. Smith is wide left. 3rd down, 6 to go. Ohio State at their own 29. Sam changing the play at the line of scrimmage here in a scoreless first quarter. Now Julian Sand gets the snap, drops back at his 20 to pass. Pressure coming, fires up the field, and it is intercepted. Moore picks it off, running left side, and he is tackled at the Ohio State 23-yard line. Lewis Moore by receiver Carnell Tate. And for Indiana, their 17th interception of the year.
That's interception number 6 for Lewis Moore. The safety's been all over the field, making plays all season long. That time he stepped up, read the play, read the eyes of Julian Sand, and came up with that big interception.
It is also the 6th thrown by Julian Sand this season. So this holiday season, a gift wrap package for Indiana. They are 1st and 10 at the Ohio State 23 with 8:57 to play in a scoreless first quarter. The Ohio State defense put in a bind here. The Indiana offense presented a great opportunity. Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback, who was knocked out briefly for a play, gets the offense set. Kalen Black will be in the backfield with him. Jonathan Brady is in as a receiver. Cooper got hurt earlier. Snap to Mendoza. Hands it Black, moving straight ahead, and he's going to be stood up and stopped right at about the 22. Linebacker Sonny Styles and linebacker Arvell Reese bring that play to an end around the Ohio State 22.
Sonny Styles throughout his career has been such a sure tackler. Had 230 tackles coming in this ball game. He's got a couple already in this game. Excellent job there by Block O, Sonny Styles, to make that play.
2nd and 9, Indiana at the Ohio State 22. Elijah Surratt will go wide to the left. E.J. Williams comes wide to the right. Slot left will be Jonathan Brady for quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Off his left hip is running back Kalen Black.
2nd and 8 Hoosiers at the Buckeye 22. Snap to Mendoza, looks to throw, tosses quickly left side, and it's caught by Surratt, who steps out of bounds at the Ohio State 11 in front of corner Davison Igbinosun. It's a first down for the Hoosiers.
Davidson Igbinosun, known for his tight coverage, likes to be a little handsy, was probably 3 or 4 yards off the receiver that time, and Mendoza saw that opening and threw it in there for a first down.
At the 11 of Ohio State is where that first down occurs for Indiana with 8 minutes to play in the scoreless first quarter. Holden stays at tight end on the end of the line left with Nowakowski. 2 receivers, Williams and Surratt wide to the right. Their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. He gets the snap. Mendoza looking to throw. He fakes, now rolls to his right. Mendoza looking still to throw. Slows down, throws that ball, and he sails it out of bounds as he had a defender coming right up on him. It was defensive end Caden Curry putting the pressure on.
Buckeyes only rushed 3 there, had 2 linebackers spying on Mendoza there. So as soon as he broke out of the pocket, they were quick to react and get out there and defend him and force him into a bad throw.
Indiana trying to take advantage of an interception thrown to Lewis Moore by Julian Sand. 2nd and 10. Hoosiers at the Buckeye 11-yard line. Surratt goes wide left, coming wide to the right. E.J. Williams as well as Jonathan Brady. Hemby is in the backfield next to Mendoza. Give to Hemby, going up the middle, and Hemby collided with, and that play is going to be blown up around the 11 and then blown dead as it was pushed further back. Kenyatta Jackson and Sonny Styles, lineman and linebacker, involved in that.
Sonny's been involved in a lot of plays early in this ballgame. Looks like he might be cramping a little bit there as he's trying to loosen up his calves and lower body.
3rd and 10. Indiana at the Ohio State 11. It is a course and third down for the Hoosiers with 7:13 and counting.
I'm sorry,
here in the first quarter.
That was Arvell Reese bouncing around.
Surratt and Nowakowski wide to the left, wide to the right. E.J. Williams as well as Jonathan Brady. Hemby in the backfield with Mendoza on 3rd down. Snap to Mendoza, back to throw. He looks, throws, pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. It is incomplete. Once again, Caden Curry, the senior defensive end from Greenwood, Indiana, involved in that, and it'll force an Indiana field goal try.
Well, this defense has only given up 9 TDs all year, 4 TD rush, 5 TD pass, and 11 field goals. This is going to be the 12th field goal attempt, and good job there by the defense to hold after the offense had the turnover, and they had the ball at the start at the 23-yard line.
Nico Radicic, who is 13 for 13 on the year in field goals, first team all-conference kicker, will be trying a 39-yard try. It's put down. The kick by Radicic is up, and Radicic knocks it through to give Indiana a 3-0 lead. Score perks on Game Day Essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 8:51 to play. 6:51, to play here in the first quarter. 3-0 Indiana with a lead. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Tailgates, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio Eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio Eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one cart. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access.
The cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, Anduril is an official sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, who knows a thing or two about American defense. A Lewis Moore interception sets up Nico Radicic with a 29-yard field goal to give Indiana a 3-0 lead over Ohio State with 6:51
to play first quarter. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Paul, there is absolutely zero panic on this Ohio State sideline. An incredibly critical start to the game, just like last week against Michigan after saying through an interception within his first 5 passes. Julian came back over to the sideline, showed no emotion, sat down, looked at his iPad. His teammate Brandon Inniss cheered him up, gave him a quick high five, and then Sayin went back to work breaking down what happened. Now, an update on the other side. Indiana wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. was limping on that first Indiana series. He went into the medical.
Well, Ohio State will have Brandon Inniss and Lorenzo Styles back to the kickoff. Lorenzo Styles took 100 yards to the end zone. Quinn Warren is Indiana kickoff man. So, again, there's nothing that has been documented, but if we recall some of the earlier Ohio State game notes, this would be just the 5th time this year that Ohio State's trailed in a football game.
Yeah, it's not common territory, for Ohio State. They've been able to come out and start fast against most opponents, but they trailed last week, and that turned out pretty good. So they're going to have to use that same script that they used against the Wolverines against the Hoosiers tonight.
Yeah, trailed, gave up the ball. They held it to a field goal try rather than a touchdown, just like tonight. Warren's kickoff is in the air, and that'll be fielded by Brandon Inniss. He has apparently called for a touchback, so the offense will have the ball first and 10 at their own 25, an offense that averages 438 yards per game and is 13th best in the nation, averaging 37 points a game. But this Indiana defense has shown already how dangerous they can be.
I'll say it like I did last week. Take a deep breath and go out there and execute your offense. Execute the plays that are called.
Well, they're in a better starting position than they were earlier. They're in the 25. They got to the 25. Carnell Tate and Max Clare will go wide to the right. Jeremiah Smith wide left for quarterback Julian Sayin. He's got Bo Jackson in the backfield with him. First and 10, Ohio State at their own 25, trailing by a field goal. Sayin out of the shotgun, gets the snap, quick throw left side, caught Jeremiah Smith at the 32 where he is bumped out of bounds at his own 32 by corner D'Angelo Pons.
That time the Buckeyes again come a play action. They pulled their backside guard, Luke Montgomery, the left guard, pulled him out to the right. Julian Sayin looks to his left, finds Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith's a good guy to throw to. That's 2 catches now for number 4.
First team All Big Ten Jeremiah Smith. He had 3 catches against Indiana last year. 2nd and 3, Buckeyes at their own 32-yard line. Tate off the line and tight to the left as Smith is wide right. Kazmarek tight end motions even wider to the right. Julian Sayin with the ball. Looks to go on top again. Pressure coming. Sayin rolling to his left. Throws where it is caught by Tate, stepping out of bounds at the Ohio State 37. He stepped out in front of defensive end Stephen Daly. It'll be a first down for the Buckeyes, who were fortunate not to get a holding call.
They had pressure immediately. Julian Sayin had to step to his left to find a passing lane. He found Carnell Tate right in front of the Ohio State bench and got that completion for a first down.
Under 6 to play first quarter. Indiana a 3-0 lead. First and 10, Ohio State at their 37. Tate and Inniss go wide to the right. Smith wide left. Bo Jackson, freshman, is in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sayin, who's in a shotgun. Center Carson Hinsman snaps it. Sayin with the ball in his hands. Drops back near his 27. Shoots that up the middle of the field. It's caught by Jeremiah Smith at the 50. He's dragged backwards to his own 46-yard line where he is finally thrown down by linebacker Aiden Fisher. It will be another first down for Ohio State as that catch was made at the midfield stripe.
Gain of 12 on that play. Again, pass protection just okay, not great. Jeremiah Smith actually slipped a little bit coming out of his break there, came back, got his eyes up, and caught the football.
Pons was the one that made first contact with him. The ball is going to be marked at the Ohio State 49. 5:08 to play first quarter. 3-0 Indiana leading. Pistol formation was Sayin at quarterback. Jackson behind him at tailback. Smith wide left. Tate wide right. Snap to Julian Sayin. Hands it Bo Jackson. Going wide to the right is Jackson. 50-yard line. He'll get to the 45 of Indiana where he is put down at the 45 by corner Jamari Shot. Bo Jackson gets the Buckeyes further upfield.
Again, showing good moves there by Bo Jackson. He ran that off to his right side behind our tackle, Phillip Daniels. Found a little bit of a crease. Buckeyes are ready to go.
Yes, they are. 2nd and 3 at the Indiana 44. And the give will be to Jackson again. This time grabbed and thrown down for a loss. Right at around the 47-yard line is Indiana's Tyreek Tucker. First team All-Big defensive lineman blows that play up.
Yeah, and Kamari, number 6, came in there. Mikhail Kamari came in there late to finish him off. So no gain, maybe a loss of a yard on that play.
Jackson last week, a career best 117 yards on 22 carries.
3rd and 5, Ohio State at the Indiana 46 as we near the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Jeremiah Smith will go wide to the right. Cornell Tate, Max Clare, Brandon Innes wide left. C.J. Donaldson in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sayin. 3rd and 5, Ohio State at the Indiana 46. Appears that Sayin is changing the play. Giving instructions, gets the snap, sets up to pass. Sayin looks. Sayin still looking. Sayin still looking. Dropped at the 50-yard line as Indiana linebacker Elijah Hardy dropped him at the 50-yard line, bringing up 4th down.
8th sack of the season for Hardy there. He was working against the right tackle, Philip Daniels. Daniels had him for a good part, but Julian stepped up in the pocket. No receivers open down the field. Didn't see behind him where Hardy came from and was able to take him down for a sack. That's only the 7th sack Ohio State's given up all season.
Joe McGuire, averaging 41.5 yards per punt, will boot it away to Jonathan Brady of Indiana. Jonathan Brady, who is back inside the Indiana 10. McGuire from his own 40. Puts it in the air with the right foot. Fair catch, way for and made at the Indiana 11 by their receiver, Jonathan Brady. 3:07 to play first quarter. Timeout on the field. It's 3-0 Indiana with a lead. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over, funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. 3:07 to play first quarters, 3-0. Indiana leading Ohio State. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Buckeyes offensive line coach Tyler Bowen was not frustrated, but supportive of his guys after his unit allowed just its 7th sack of the campaign. He was giving out more constructive feedback on the bench to his guys, was breaking down, especially with right guard Tegra Shabola, what happened on that most previous possession. Now, flipping back to the other side, we told you about Omar Cooper. His status is questionable as he has continued to be in and out of the medical tent. Certainly a big playmaker of a wide receiver for the Hoosiers.
That would be a big loss. Ohio State's defense now trying to see if they can make some big plays.
39-yard punt by Joe McGuire. That's his 22nd punt of the season. That's 8 that he's put inside the 20.
Just hadn't had that many opportunities.
No, he had, and that's a good thing.
Compared to most, yes, it is. 3:07 to play, first quarter. Nico Radicic, a 29-yard field goal, has put Indiana up 3-0, and the Hoosiers will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. Fernando Mendoza, number 2 in the FBS with 38 total touchdowns this season. He has had a magnificent year when you consider this was a guy at one point was a 5th-string quarterback at Cal Berkeley.
Edric Houston has checked in at defensive tackle for Taiwan Malone, who's played the last 2 series.
Roman Hemby will be a tailback behind his quarterback Mendoza. Charlie Becker wide right. Going wide to the left, Elijah Surratt, as well as E.J. Williams. Out of the pistol, Fernando Mendoza awaiting the snap. Gets it, fakes a handoff, throws on the right side, and it is incomplete at the 16-yard line where corner Davison Igbinosun was covering receiver Charlie Becker.
Good job there by Davison Igbinosun, breaking on the ball, breaking on the receiver as Charlie Becker was coming out of his break there, out of his route. Davidson Igbenogson was right there to deny the football and make sure he didn't come up with that catch.
2nd and 10, Indiana at their own 11-yard line with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. A 4-receiver package for quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Hemby in the backfield with him. And the snap to Mendoza, hands to Hemby, who wiggles his way up the middle. Safety Jalen McClain will drag him down around the 18-yard line. But Hemby, the Maryland transfer, with some positive yards, brings up a course and 3rd down.
Yeah, it was a big run there by Hemby. That gets him in a very manageable 3rd down conversion. You know, I was looking at the monitor. It looked like Omar Cooper was going into the locker room there.
3rd and 2, Indiana with the ball at their own 19-yard line. Grady and Surratt go wide to the left, wide to the right. 2 other receivers, and Hemby in the backfield with Fernando Mendoza. 3rd and 2, Indiana from their own 19, leading by a field goal. Mendoza takes off running left side, gets to his own 20, and he's dragged down at his 27 by linebacker Sonny Styles, but Mendoza gives Indiana a 1st down on the run.
Yeah, it was a quarterback run all the way there. Mendoza waited for a second. It was a quarterback draw. As soon as he got the football, he held up for a second. Then he dashed out to his left, got through the line of scrimmage, and, Ohio State has to do a better job because they know that's part of his package, running the football.
Yes, averaging just under 4 yards per carry, and he's rushed for 6 touchdowns. 1st and 10, Indiana at their own 28, but less than 2 to play in the first quarter. Roman Hemby remains a tailback to the left of quarterback Fernando Mendoza. He's got 3 receivers spread all over the field, throws to one of them left side. It's in the air and intercepted by Igbenogson on a deflected pass. Igbenogson's going to have the ball at the Indiana 25. The ball bounced off the tight end Riley Nowakowski, and Davison Igbenogson for the 2nd straight week with an interception. And the Buckeyes had the ball in plus territory.
4th interception of his career. Outstanding job there. That ball, Lorenzo Styles broke on the receiver there, got his hands on him, and then the ball came up in the air, and Davidson Igbenogson secured it.
Timeout with 1:41 to play. First quarter, 3-0 Indiana leading. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. 1st down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Tailgates, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio Eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio Eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one cart. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Buckeye fans, say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings with a fixed price plan with AEP Energy. Visit aepenergy.com to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Minute 41 to play first quarter. Indiana a 3-0 lead, but Ohio State has the ball at the Hoosier 25 thanks to a Davison Igbenogson interception. Down on the field to Tyler Denver.
Igbenogson's interception, his 2nd straight game with a pick. And Igbenogson is the 4th different Buckeye to have an interception off a deflection. And every single time this year Ohio State has done such, that player gives credit to the guy who helped break up the pass. This time it was Lorenzo Styles Jr. Igbenogson went right over to him. They embraced in a big hug. Defensive line coach Larry Johnson, by the way, frustrated with Fernando Mendoza's ability to break, contain, and get out of the pocket. He said that's going to be something that they're going to try and monitor as this game goes on.
Well, that was a deflected pass that just popped in the air, and it was up for grabs. And Igbenogson, a senior for Ohio State and an Ole Miss transfer from Union, New Jersey, comes up with that theft, and the Buckeyes will have it at Indiana's 25. I believe that bounced off of Riley Nowakowski, the tight end.
Yeah, that's the 8th interception of the season for Ohio State, so it came at a nice time for the Buckeyes. Let's see if the offense can take advantage of that turnover with a touchdown.
Now that ball was in the area also of Elijah Surratt, but here comes Ohio State, 1st and 10 at the Indiana 25. Pistol formation with Julian Sayin at quarterback. Bo Jackson right behind him at tailback. Snap to Sayin. Feeds Jackson running right side behind blockers, and he's going to be stopped right now. He squirts by and lands at about the 18 as he got by defenders. One of the linebackers, Isaiah Jones, got a hold of him, but there is a penalty flag out as the Buckeyes, for the moment, are in the Giant Eagle red zone.
Yeah, it's called in the area of a holding. Let's see what they come up with here. Either that or hands to the face.
But it looked like Bo Jackson was able to squirt away from the initial defenders.
Face mask. Defense number 97. Half distance to the goal. First down.
Whoa, glad to be wrong.
Yes.
Mario Landino with that penalty.
I didn't see that one.
Well, they did, fortunately,
yes,
the officials. So Ohio State will continue the drive, and they will march it inside the Indiana 10, where it'll be 1st and goal. And it looks like Bo Jackson, the freshman running back, is starting to get his swerve on.
Buckeyes had 3 tight ends that last play, so no question what they want to do there. They want to get heavy and run the football.
1st and goal at the 8 of Indiana. Bo Jackson will be the setback. Jeremiah Smith will come wide to the right, and those 3 tight ends, Jim, will be on the right side of the line. Sayin's going to work under center Carson Hinsman. 1st and goal, Ohio State at the Indiana 8. Buckeyes trail by a field goal. Sayin gets the snap. Hands to Jackson. Trying to get wide to the right. A flag out as he's going to be grabbed and stopped right around the 13-yard line. And Indiana able to get linebacker Jeff Utzinger to bring him down behind the line.
Another flag on the play. Linesman called. He's talking to the referee right now.
Well, Indiana's defense was ready for Bo
Offside.
Jackson's run.
Defense number 8 lined up in the neutral zone.
Wow.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Stephen Daly, defensive end.
Yeah, I noticed both of their edge players, number 6 and number 8, both like to line up as close as they can to that football. I thought Kamari, number 6, was offsides in that first drive by Ohio State. It just depends how they call it. That time they did call it.
So that ball is marched inside the 5-yard line now, where Ohio State will have it 1st and goal inside the Indiana 5. Nate Robertson is a fullback, shifted strong to the left along with Bo Jackson. Sayin with the snap. Fakes a handoff, looks to throw. Lobs it left corner of the end zone, but overthrows Jeremiah Smith, who had some pretty tight coverage put on. And he was covered back there by one of the Indiana defenders who dropped back to cover him.
Was that more on him there?
That was Pons.
Pons. D'Angelo Pons.
Yeah, his number
5.
was kind of squeezed up there.
Yeah, so Julian there read that immediately. That wasn't going to be open, just threw it, got rid of it. Good coverage there by number 5, D'Angelo Pons, who's got 38 tackles and interception coming into this game.
2nd and goal, Ohio State at the Indiana 4. Late subs for the Hoosiers on defense. Tate and Smith wide right. Roberts and Jackson offset eye. Sayin under center for the Buckeyes. Sayin is going to hand it off Bo Jackson, but whistle stop the play with another penalty flag out.
False start. Offense number 25. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Now that'll please the Indiana fans.
Yeah, there was 3 penalties on this drive already. 2 by Indiana and that one against Ohio State. So that'll take him back to the 10-yard line. Well, maybe inside the 10 at the 9.
Remember, this was set up by a Davison Igbenosian interception off Fernando Mendoza. So to be 2nd and goal, Ohio State at the Indiana 9. Jeremiah Smith wide right. Carnell Tate wide left. 2 tight ends left side of the line. Kazmarek and Clare. We're saying straight behind center Carson Hinsman. Bo Jackson in the backfield with him. Clare moving in motion behind the line. Sayin gets the snap. Looks to pass. Sayin will look still. Now has to move around. Sayin takes off running right side. Throws on the run. And he finds Tate in the end zone for a touchdown. 9 yards. Julian Sayin to Carnell Tate as his feet kept the play alive. And the Buckeyes have moved ahead of Indiana 6-3.
Good job there by Julian Sayin and Carnell Tate. We saw Julian Sayin scrambling out to his right. Turn in the old scramble drill. You got to find your quarterback. Get your eyes on him. Carnell Tate was able to shuffle over to his left. Julian Sayin's right. And Julian recognized it and put the ball right on the numbers.
And a play and a drive that was set up by a Davison Igbenosian interception. PAT unit on. John Furlman, 3rd team all-conference, will be the snapper. Joe McGuire to put it down. And Jaden Fielding will try for Ohio State's 7th point of the night. Fielding's kick is in the air, and that one goes right through the uprights as usual. And for every Buckeye touchdown scored this season, the Heartland Bank Community Foundation will make a donation to the USO of Central and Southern Ohio, benefiting our active duty military personnel and their families. For more information or to support our troops, go to usocso.org and be the force behind the forces. A 9-yard Julian Sayin touchdown pass, his 31st of the year to Carnell Tate, his 9th catch of the year in the end zone, gives the Buckeyes a 7-3 lead over Indiana.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 3 plays, 25 yards, 55 seconds off the clock. Of course, we had some extra plays that were penalized that only made that a 3-play drive, but the Buckeyes capitalized on the turnover there and get a touchdown.
So we've seen how these two defenses have influenced the play early. Ohio State's offense finally gets untracked.
Yeah, excellent job there by Julian Sayin. Buy a little extra time. Carnell Tate moving with him, finding an open area, and then Julian Sayin putting it right on the money.
Roman Hemby and Solomon Van Horst back to await the kick from Jaden Fielding, who drives this one in the air with the right foot, and that's going to land in the end zone for a touchback. I want to see if we can double-check on those returners, because we know how the duplicate numbers can be a little misleading, and it is hard to tell with Hemby because his hair is covering his nameplate. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
46 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 7-3. Ohio State leading Indiana with the ball. 1st and 10, the Hoosiers at their own 25-yard line. Fernando Mendoza, who just threw an interception, his 6th of the year, is set up straight behind his center. Drops back to pass from his 15. Mendoza looking. He'll fire deep down the left side of the field for Charlie Becker, and it is incomplete at the Ohio State 20. Penalty flag coming out as Lorenzo Stiles and Jalen McClain were the defensive backs who are covering Charlie Becker deep down the field.
Flags are flying.
They are.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty. First down.
So the Buckeye defense gets caught for that one, as Indiana's defense had helped Ohio State's previous drive.
Yeah, Lorenzo Stiles got his left hand on the jersey of Charlie Becker, gave it a little tug, and that was enough to get the call.
So Indiana at their own 40-yard line with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. 3 wide, including Becker and Surratt, will come wide to the left along with Jonathan Brady. Kalen Black in the backfield to the left of quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Gets a high snap, but he hands it for Black, sweeping left side with room. Races to the 50, gets to the Ohio State 40, to the Buckeye 30, and finally driven out of bounds by safety Caleb Downs at the Ohio State 22. Goes senior running back Kalen Black. A big run for Indiana.
Buckeyes have Will Smith Jr. and Zion Grady on the defensive front right there. Indiana recognized that and says, hey, we're going to try to run the football against this defensive line. Ran to the left and had a big play.
Ball is marked at the Ohio State 23-yard line with 13 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. 7-3 Ohio State leading, but Indiana on the march. Fernando Mendoza straight behind his center, Pat Coogan, with Kalen Black, who just tore up that run next to him in the backfield. Snap to Mendoza, hands it to Black, going over left guard and linebacker Sonny Stiles, having none of it. Grabs him at the 22 and halts progress as the first quarter will come to an end of the Big Ten championship game here in Indianapolis. Timeout with Ohio State leading Indiana 7-3. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
New creamy parm pizzas are now at Donato's. A decadent new sauce on 2 delicious new pizzas. Try the crave-worthy chicken veggie parm with roasted chicken, fresh veggies, and that rich creamy parm base. Or the savory bacon spinach parm, where smoky bacon meets fresh spinach for parm pizza perfection. Craving something different? Create your own creamy parm pizza today. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University, Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Back in Indianapolis, Skip Mossick with a check of your college football scoreboard, brought to you by Encova Insurance. Encova, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Earlier today, Big 12 championship game goes to Texas Tech. They defeat BYU 34-7. Western Michigan wins the MAC championship 23-13 over Miami. In the SEC, third-ranked Georgia 28, number 9 Alabama 7. ACC championship game underway tonight in Charlotte. Second quarter, Duke and number 17 Virginia are knotted at 7 apiece. NCAA Division III playoffs today. John Carroll knocks out Mount Union 10-7 in 2 overtimes. Ohio High School State Championships in Canton. Division 7 goes to St. Henry 37-3 over Hillsdale. Division 6, Kirtland 41-6 winners over Hopewell Loudon. Division 5 final tonight. Halftime, Liberty Center 21, Wheelersburg 3. Men's college basketball in the Big Ten. Earlier today, Ohio State a winner at Northwestern 86-82. Ohio State 7, Indiana 3 as we head to the second with the voice of the Buckeyes, Clark Eels.
Thank you, Skip. Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Nico Radicic with a 29-yard field goal for Indiana. Julian Sayin, a 9-yard TD pass to Carnell Tate for Ohio State. Both those scores set up by interceptions.
And then Indiana came back, got a defensive pass interference and a nice run by Kalon Black for 37 yards to put him in this position here. 2nd and 9 with the ball spotted on the 22-yard line.
He had 2 touchdown runs last week at Purdue, his first multi-TD game of the year.
Sonny Styles has 6 tackles there in that first quarter.
2nd and 9. Indiana with possession of the ball at the Ohio State 22-yard line as the second quarter is about to start.
Buckeyes, again, have Caden McDonald back in the ball game with Caden Curry. So the Caden brothers are out there.
Fernando Mendoza, who took a big hit on the first play from scrimmage, missed one play, came back in, but he's looked good when he's been out there, especially when he's been able to display a rushing threat.
Yeah, he picked up that key first down there when he was able to, on that quarterback draw. It was a good play call. Ohio State's got to defend that better.
2nd and 9, Indiana at the Ohio State 22. Roman Hemby at tailback to left of Fernando Mendoza, who's got 2 receivers on the left side of the formation. The give will go to Hemby, running right side, and Hemby with room, then piled up and stopped. Caden Curry, lineman, will pile him up right around the 20, and that's where the play will come to an end. Curry then drove him down a little after the whistles blew.
Little extra effort there, but he didn't take him down to the ground all the way, so no harm, no foul, but it was a gain of about 3 or 4 yards for Hemby on that second down run.
Brings up a course in 3rd down, 6 to go Indiana, with the ball to the Ohio State 19-yard line. 7-3, Buckeyes lead the Hoosiers in the Big Ten championship game. Out of the huddle they come. Becker will go along with Brady. Wide to the right, coming wide to the left, Elijah Surratt and Riley Nowakowski. Hemby in the backfield with his quarterback Mendoza. 3rd and 6, Indiana at the Ohio State 19-yard line. Mendoza is going to throw. He looks left, looks middle of the field, looks right, goes backwards, spins around, goes forward, and he's tripped up and stopped right around the Ohio State 22 by defensive end Kenyatta Jackson, who was circling the play.
Yeah, he ran a long way. He ran all the way past the left tackle, turned the corner, came back almost from the right side there and made that play, offensive right side, to come back and get that sack. Mendoza was looking for defenders there at the end, and finally Kenyatta Jackson got him.
So a 40-yard field goal try forthcoming for Nico Radicic, who has now made 16 consecutive field goals, the longest streak in the second longest, in the FBS, and the longest at Indiana. Mark Langston, the long snapper. Mitch McCarthy is the holder as they prepare for a 40-yard field goal try. Langston snaps. McCarthy puts it down. The kick by Radicic is in the air toward the uprights, and that ball tails off to the left. No good. So to remain 7-3, Ohio State ahead of Indiana. Nature Made to care for fans on game day and every day. Proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Radic's first field goal miss of the year. Timeout on the field
with 12:31 to play second quarter. 13:31 to play second quarter. 7-3. Ohio State ahead of Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Rare banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Coors Light Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose chill. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Nico Radicic of Indiana misses on a 39-yard field goal try, snapping a streak of 16 consecutive made field goals, and that keeps Ohio State's lead at 7-3 over Indiana with 13:31 to play until halftime. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Buckeyes defensive end Kenyatta Jackson Jr. had that sack to set up what would lead to a missed kick by Nico Radicic. When Jackson came over to the bench, he was leaning over his right side, grimacing a bit in pain. Athletic trainer Adam Stewart came over to him, asked if he was good. Jackson said he was good. He then stretched out that lower right leg as he was trying to walk it off. Looks like he's going to be okay, but that is something that happened between those two plays.
All right, Ohio State will have the ball with Isaiah West getting his first run at tailback, freshman from Philadelphia, averaging 5.5 per carry. It is 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 22-yard line. Robertson at fullback, an offset eye, and in the middle of them is quarterback Julian Sand, who feeds West, running straight ahead, bounces off blockers, but he's going to be dragged down around the 26-yard line by linebacker Elijah Hardy.
Give him a gain of 3 there, running behind the center, left guard there. Nate Roberts also did a good job there, the fullback / tight end, clearing a path. Found a little bit of room there.
West, 6 carries, 20 yards last week in Ann Arbor. And that little bit of room you mentioned, Jim, makes it 2nd and 6. So Ohio State with the ball at their own 26. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line. Jeremiah Smith wide right. Carnell Tate, who caught a touchdown, wide left. And Isaiah West in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sand on 2nd and 6. Buckeyes from their own 26. Sand's going to pull the trigger. He'll fire that one going down the right side. Jeremiah Smith gathers it in at the 32 of Indiana. Cuts inside of a defender. Swings by another one, but then is finally tripped up at the 24 of Indiana as finally safety Amari Farrell got him knocked down, but we have a penalty flag down back in the offensive backfield.
They might get Luke Montgomery for a hold there. We'll see. He pulled out on that play action, pulled out from his left guard spot to the right.
But what a throw by Sand to Smith.
Personal foul. Illegal helmet contact, hands to the face. Defense, number 6. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
And the most impressive thing was the move Smith made after he caught the ball.
Yeah, that was. He cut it back inside. You're right. Kamari did get his hands in Luke Montgomery right under his chin strap, right on his face mask, and pushed him backwards. Ref was right there to call it.
Buckeyes in the Giant Eagle red zone, 1st and 10 at the Indiana 11. And a great opportunity for Ohio State to increase a 7-3 lead with 12:42 left until halftime.
Yeah, big play there on that play action, and Jeremiah Smith has stepped up and made a couple big plays already in this ballgame. That was his biggest.
Carnell Tate will go wide left. 2 tight ends, Kazmarek and Claire on the right side of the line. Bennett, Christian, and Bo Jackson make up an I formation behind quarterback Julian Sand, who's under center. Sayin will hand it to Bo Jackson, running straight ahead, collides with the defender, and it's going to be Hardy. He'll stop him. Play will come dead right around the Indiana 9. Linebacker Elijah Hardy with the first contact.
Yeah, they'll gain a tough 2 yards there. There wasn't much running room there. Bo Jackson did the best he could there to push that pile forward. Had some help from his friends pushing from behind there, but not much of a hole created by Ohio State's offensive line on that last play.
Second team All Big Ten for the freshman from Cleveland Villa, Angela St. Joseph. It'll be second and 8, Ohio State at the Indiana 9. Pistol formation with Sayin at quarterback, and Jackson right behind him at tailback. Snap to Julian Sayin, hands Jackson cutting to the right to the 10, moves inside to the 7, and he's going to be grabbed and thrown down by Farrell, a safety right around the 7 or 8 yard line. Of Mary Farrell, safety, comes up to make that play.
Another short gain there, so Ohio State's going to have to put the ball up in the air here. A little play action to see if they can pick up a first down. They need to get down to the 1, but see if they can get in the end zone here on third down.
Third down, 6 to go. Ball at the Indiana 7. C.J. Donaldson, West Virginia transfer, will come in at tailback. He's been used in multiple short yardage situations. Tate and Clare wide right. Innocent Smith wide left. It is 3rd and 6, Ohio State at Indiana 7. Sayin out of the shotgun with a blitz coming. Sayin rolling to his right. Blitzer right behind him. Sayin is tripped up and stopped. Knocked out of bounds around the 12-yard line of Indiana by linebacker Isaiah Jones from London High School in London, Ohio.
Julian Sayin lost his shoe on that play. They brought pressure immediately right through the middle. They brought pressure from the left side. Had a safety coming there late. Actually, it was a linebacker there, Isaiah Jones, to force Julian Sayin into that incompletion. So we'll have to settle for a field goal attempt here.
Of 30 yards from Jaden Fielding. Of course, Jones' father played football at Ohio State. Fielding on the year, 15 for 17. He was 2 for 2 last week in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, DJ Jones, former tight end.
John Furman to snap. Joe McGuire to spot it at the 20. And Jaden Fielding will attempt a 30-yard field goal. Furman snaps. McGuire spots. Fielding's kick is in the air, and Fielding knocks that one through to increase Ohio State's lead to 10-3 over Indiana. Timeout on the field with 10:08 to play until halftime. 10-3 Ohio State ahead of Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Toyota Thona's on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 2.99 APR financing on remaining new 25 Tacomas. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma SR5 for $259 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
When you choose the James at Ohio State for your cancer care, you're choosing access to the most advanced cancer treatments available from the team who specializes in treating just one type of cancer, yours. For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State. Jaden Fielding's 30-yard field goal is up to Ohio State's lead to 10-3 over Indiana with 10:08 to play until halftime.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 6 plays, 67 yards, 3:25 off the clock. Down on the sidelines to Tyler Danberg.
Ohio State quarterback Julian Sayin lost his left cleat after he got tackled on the right sideline, then came down the sideline limping on that left foot. He came back over, sat down, and the medical staff wrapped white tape around his left ankle.
Well, glad it was the foot gear and not the foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's dealt with that a little bit throughout the course of the year, that ankle. So we'll wrap it up, and knowing Julian, he'll be good to go.
Solomon Van Horst was in his 8th year of college football. He started playing in 2018. 8th. Yes. And Roman Hemby, your deep returner. Say he matriculated a lot.
College was the best 8 years of my life.
What was Blutarski said something about 5 years of Spanish 1 or something? Jaden Fielding.
The old Animal House.
Yes, who has been on the beam this year. 2 for 2 at Michigan, and he hit that 30-yarder here to give Ohio State a 10-3 lead over Indiana. And Fielding drives this kick in the air, and that will land in the end zone for a touchback. So we've seen turnovers play a part in all of this. We've seen both defenses make their plays, but Ohio State has the one touchdown on the night, a 9-yard TD pass Julian Sain to Carnell Tate.
Yeah, right now Julian Sain 6 of 9 for 98 yards, a TD and an interception. Fernando Mendoza 3 of 8 for 30 yards, an interception.
Yes, Davis Igbinosun with the interception for Ohio State's defense. Lewis Moore, the interception for Indiana's offense.
Bo Atkinson's in the ball game for Kenyatta Jackson right now.
1st and 10 Hoosiers at their own 25 for quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Roman Hemby will be off his right. As Mendoza works out of a shotgun, Hemby shifts to his left. Snap to Mendoza, back to throw. He cranks and fires down the right side of the field, caught at the 39 of Indiana, and that's for safety Caleb Downs. Drives the receiver Brady out of bounds, giving the Hoosiers a first down.
Brady, just limited time, has 12 receptions, 3 TDs, playing behind Cooper. That time he got wide open, and Mendoza was able to hit him as he was open.
Brady is a guy that played both at Cal with Mendoza as well as at New Mexico State. 1st and 10 Indiana with the ball at their own 39-yard line. Hoosiers in the Big Ten championship game for the first time ever. Brady and Surratt and Nowakowski wide left, Becker wide right. Hemby in the backfield with quarterback Mendoza, who gets the snap, drops at his 31, pressure coming, rolls to his right, still moving to 30, a flag thrown as Mendoza sails that out of bounds up the right side, well over Nowakowski, but might it be a hold?
Yeah, they're going to get a hold. Caden McDonald was able to crash through that line, and he went down. When he went down, that flag came out. That was a good decision
Holding.
there.
Offense, number 74, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Bray Lynch is the guard who was called, and you mentioned Drew Evans, the other guard who missed last week due to injury, was ready to go out of the gate for Indiana.
Yeah, he's in there at left guard. And Bray Lynch, number 74, working at right guard. But Caden McDonald sold that a little bit by going down.
Yes. 1st and 20. Indiana backed up now to their own 29-yard line. Becker will go wide to the right. Brady comes wide to the left with Surratt and Hemby in the backfield with quarterback Fernando Mendoza, who gets the snap. Mendoza draw a handoff. Hemby running right side to his own 30, and he's going to be hit by safety Caleb Downs and stopped around the Indiana 34-yard line.
Yeah, good gang tackle there. 5'6" Buckeyes rally to the football there to bring him down. Although a pretty good gang, gain of about 6, running behind the right side there of their offensive line.
Hemby is a guy that's got over 3,000 career rushing yards and over 1,000 career receiving yards during his time in Maryland. Played a couple of games against Ohio State, over 30 yards rushing in each of those 2 games. It is 2nd and 13, Indiana with the ball at their own 36. Hemby remains next to his quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, in the shotgun. Mendoza gets the snap. Standing still at his 29, throws on the right side to Hemby, got it to the 40 and pushed out of bounds at the 41 by defensive end Caden McDonald. That's on the Indiana side of the field, and it'll bring up a course and 3rd down for the Hoosiers.
Well, they were backed up behind the chains. Now they're ahead of them there. Another gain of 5 or 6 yards on that quick hitter out towards the Indiana bench.
Going out is Elijah Surratt in place of receiver LeBron Bond, who has 5 catches on the year. 3rd and 6, Indiana at their own 43-yard line. 8-17 and counting. Second quarter, 10-3, Ohio State leading. Hemby off the right hip of quarterback Fernando Mendoza. 3 wide to the left, one of them Nowakowski in motion. Single receiver Williams to the right. And Mendoza to pass. Pressure coming. He stops, looks, throws up the left side of the field. Becker with a catch knocked out of bounds at the Ohio State 46. They're going to say catch by Charlie Becker as he had Devin Sanchez cornered, draped on him. And that catch by Becker will give Indiana a first down.
Yeah, they overcame that penalty there. And that time Mendoza rolling out to his left, bought a little extra time with his feet. with that roll and then looked down the field and saw number 80, Charlie Becker, open and was able to drill it in there.
Another Hoosier whose father played at Ohio State. His dad, David, played in 95 at Ohio State. 1st and 10, Indiana at the Buckeye 47 with 7.5 to play, second quarter. Mendoza straight behind his center. And he's got Kalen Black in the backfield. Feast Black sweeping to the right side. Black bottled up, grabbed and stopped around the Ohio State 45. No room at the end as Black tried to slip out of the right side, and linebacker Sonny Styles was there to halt his movement.
Yeah, and Sonny Styles, as I talked about, had 6 tackles in the first quarter, still picking up more tackles there. He's going to be double digits before you know it.
Remember, Jim, this was a guy that in the 4 CFP games last year had 24 tackles, 2 sacks, and 4 TFLs.
Yeah, he was very, very effective throughout the course of the playoffs last year.
First team All Big Ten, Sonny Styles, 2nd and 8, Indiana, with the ball at the Ohio State 45-yard line. Kalen Black remains a tailback next to quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Brady, receiver, motioning to the right. High snap, and a throw will go to Brady on the right side. Caught and then shoved out of bounds to the Ohio State 40. Right over their safety. Jalen McClain forces him out of the Buckeye 39. It'll bring up a course and 3rd and short for Indiana.
He has a quick hitter there. I mean, basically Mendoza caught the pass, looked to his right, and then completely delivered it right out to the right.
It was Brady who made the catch. Now a quick snap to Mendoza. Looks to throw. Now some pressure coming as he rolls to the right. Mendoza hit while throwing an incompletion. Sonny Styles blasted him as he throws it out of bounds up the right side of the field, overthrew E.J. Wiggins.
Yeah, decision time now for Indiana. Looks like they're keeping their offense out there in the field here.
Well, it'll be 4th and 2 with the ball at the Ohio State 39. With 6:27 to play. Second quarter, 10-3 Ohio State leading. The Hoosier crowd likes the decision by Kurt Cignetti.
Yeah, we look for that quarterback draw.
Brady and Williams will go wide to the right. Surratt wide left. Kalen Black in the backfield. 4th and 2 Indiana at the Ohio State 39. The quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, marking out the call, trying to get the defensive line to jump. There was a little movement. Now Cignetti will take a timeout. With 6:27 to play, second quarter. And Ohio State leading 10-3. Might that change his thought?
Charge time now in Indiana. They're first. This will be a full timeout.
And a timeout on the field for us to ponder whether that'll change their mode. 6:27 left until halftime. 10-3. Ohio State leading Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Hey, Buckeye fans. Are you thinking of consolidating your debt with a home equity loan? Union Home Mortgage wants you to know the average homeowner has over $200,000 of home equity available, and they can help you get access to your money quickly and easily. Go to UHM.com to get your cash estimate today. You'll score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
For over 30 years, Schumacher Homes has been building affordable custom homes throughout the Buckeye State. Experience true customization on your land, your way, without any compromises. Come visit any of our 9 Ohio model home and design studio locations to see the latest in design trends and learn about our award-winning building process, or start online at SchumacherHomes.com. You'll be surprised how affordable a custom home will be. Schumacher Homes, proud home building sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeyes need Buckeyes, and Versity makes the blood donating process quick and easy. Join Brutus and give blood with Versity to save a Buckeye at the Wexner Medical Center. Versity, schedule your next donation at bersiti.org/OH. 6:27 left until halftime. It is 10-3. Ohio State leading Indiana. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Paul, an update on Buckeyes quarterback Julian Chan. We told you about how he lost his shoe, came down the sideline after a little bit limping, and then he had tape wrapped around his left ankle. He's now got both cleats wrapped with that big white athletic tape just out of precaution. He's looking to get back out on the field if his defense can get a stop here.
Well, and they're trying to do so with Indiana looking at 4th and 2 with the ball at the Ohio State 39. They had their scrimmage offensive unit out there, but then called a timeout.
It appears that they're going to do the same here, Jim.
Yeah, be careful of that hard count. Try to draw Ohio State offside, so you got to watch the football and then get a stop here on 4th down.
Edric Houston will sub in as the defensive lineman along with Will Smith for Ohio State. Fernando Mendoza, the Indiana quarterback, having a stellar season. And part of what has had him have that success is his threat of running the football.
Yeah, that's a threat right here.
Hoosiers huddled up, looking at 4th and 2 at the Ohio State 39. They'll break the huddle. Stays in Nowakowski, 2 tight ends, right side of the line. Kalon Black next to Mendoza, who's got 2 wide, Becker and Surratt to the left. 4th and 2, Indiana at the Ohio State 39. Snap to Mendoza. Mendoza rolling to his right, hit while throwing, completes it. Nowakowski, right side, knocked out of bounds by safety Caleb Downs at the Ohio State 30-yard line. First down to tight end Riley Nowakowski.
Yeah, it was a good throw there by Mendoza. He had pressure applied by number 92, Caden Curry. He was right there as he threw that football, but he's able to sidearm it a little bit, find the open receiver, and convert.
Nowakowski made his first ever collegiate start against Ohio State when he was playing at Wisconsin. 1st and 10, Indiana at the Ohio State 30. With the Buckeyes leading 10-3, 6 minutes to play until halftime. Kalon Black remains in the backfield next to his quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. 4 down on the defensive line for Ohio State. Give to Black, running right side, and he's got room. Gets to the 20 of Ohio State, where linebacker Sonny Styles knocks him down. He's near another Indiana first down.
Yeah, he's explosive. He was able to get through that line of scrimmage in a hurry and then get to that linebacker level. Sonny Styles had to come from behind to make that tackle.
And here they go right at the line. 2nd and 1 at the Ohio State 21. Mendoza will hand it Black, moving straight ahead, bounces backwards, and he's in trouble. He's going to be stopped at the 20-yard line. He moved backwards, but then went forward as Ohio State's linebacker, Sonny Styles, cut him down.
Number 9 for Sonny Styles. Been all over the field here this first half.
And they are going to move the chains, and give him the first down. Wasn't sure there. 5-12 and counting, second quarter. Indiana keeps the drive alive at the Ohio State 20. 10-3, Buckeyes leading.
Playing a little ball control in this drive.
They
Indiana.
sure are. Elijah Surratt, Jonathan Brady, Charlie Becker all come wide to the left. Roman Hemby to the right of his quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. First down, Indiana at the Ohio State 20, driving right to left. And now the snap to Mendoza. And he starts to take off running, moves up, and he's knocked down and falls at the 22. And it looked like defensive end Kenyatta Jackson was able to create the havoc that had Mendoza falling to the ground.
I think they're going to give him, now that he's actually going to use a yard. Let's say if they mark this as a sack, Kenyatta Jackson knifing in, working against the left tackle there, Carter Smith. Is able to get some penetration and make that play.
They're going to call it 2nd and 12 at the Ohio State 22. Becker flanked right. Coming wide to the left are Brady and Surratt. Hemby in the backfield next to Mendoza. 2nd and 12. Indiana at the Ohio State 22-yard line. 10-3 Buckeyes leading. Mendoza gets the ball in his hand. Sets up, looks to the right to throw. He's going to be grabbed, and he's going to be sacked at the 25 of Ohio State. Caden Curry, defensive end out of Greenwood, Indiana, continues to play big here in his home state.
Got 2 sacks in this ball game. That's going to give him 11 for the season. He's been all over the field here in this first half.
Corson, 3rd down, 15 to go. Indiana with the ball at the Ohio State 25-yard line. Caden Curry, first team All-Big Ten and playing like it here tonight. Elijah Surratt, Charlie Becker, Riley Nowakowski come wide to the left. Jonathan Brady goes wide right. Hemby in the backfield next to Mendoza. 3rd and 15, Indiana with the ball at the Ohio State 25. Mendoza gets the snap. Pressure coming, throws middle of the field. Nowakowski has it. Running right side of the 21 of Ohio State. Slips a tackle. Gets to the 15 where he's bumped out of bounds by safety Caleb Downs. 2 catches on this drive for Riley Nowakowski. He's able to make a big positive gain for Indiana.
Good call there. They called that screen. You know, Ohio State was rushed. We had several rushers go right by the line that was setting up the screen there before they could realize it was going to be a screen. No, they were able to break out of there and almost pick up the first down.
So Radicic is going to attempt a field goal. This will be a 32-yarder. His last miss snapped a school record streak of 16 in a row. 32-yard try by Nico Radicic. The ball's put down, and the kick, that's a line drive kick, and that one barely gets through. It looked like it was a wobbly snap, but he gets it through to change the score. It is 10-6. Ohio State ahead of Indiana. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
32-yard field goal by Nico Radicic of Indiana gets the Hoosiers a little closer to Ohio State's lead of 10-6 with 2:47 to play until halftime here in the Big Ten championship game.
Again, credit this defense for holding them out of the end zone. That was a 14-play drive, covered 61 yards, took off 7 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. So that's kind of what Ohio State likes to do. Now we get to that middle eight, right? We got 2:47 left to go here in the second quarter. Buckeyes will have the ball to start the third quarter. So they want to take a drive down here and put some points on the board before half, and then come out in the third quarter and get some more.
Well, this defense has bent, but they've not broken. And the offense has really been the determining factor with a touchdown rather than a field goal. 10-6, Ohio State with the lead. Warren with a kickoff for Indiana. And that ball's going to go into the end zone where it's caught by Brandon Innes, and he kneels for the touchback. So Ohio State will have the ball with 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining until halftime.
We have had 6 receptions in this ball game. 4 by Jeremiah Smith for 84 yards, 2 by Carnell Tate for 14 yards. One of those a touchdown.
And that now means Tate has a catch in 38 consecutive games in which he has played. Of course, he missed 3 of them the back half of the season. So it is 1st and 10, Ohio State with the ball at their own 25-yard line. Innes and Tate will go wide to the left. Smith wide right. Tight end Kaz Miracle set up on the left for quarterback Julian Sayin. He's got Isaiah West in the backfield with him. And Sayin is going to quickly throw on the left side. Caught by Carnell Tate. Dances his way to his 37, where he is thrown down at the 37. Slung down there by defensive back Brian Baldwin. It's a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Yeah, they sped that up a little bit. Just a quick throw by Julian Sayin. He found the open receiver, Carnell Tate, right in front of the Indiana bench. Was able to put a move on and pick up that first down.
Junior out of Chicago, now 14 career touchdown catches. That first down has Ohio State possessing the ball at their own 36 as we get close to the 2-minute timeout. Julian Sayin, redshirt freshman, looks at a possible blitz being staged by Indiana. He points it out, gives some instructions to Isaiah West, his tailback. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 36. Blitz being shown again by Indiana, then it backs off.
They're taking it down the 2-minute.
And that's what happens. 2-minute timeout here at the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis. Timeout on the field, 10-6. Ohio State ahead of Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Already prepping for next week's matchup? Get your best rest yet with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop Bob's and choose from pillows, soft, plush, dual feel, and extra firm mattresses with Bobopedic memory foam that will have you dreaming of game day in no time. So shop in store or online to score the latest and affordable luxury mattresses without the luxury price tag. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
2 minutes to play until halftime of the Big Ten championship game. 10-6, Ohio State ahead of Indiana. Stay with us for our award-winning and stellar halftime show. Skip Mossick will visit with OSU President Ted Carter, Athletic Director Ross Bjork, and check scores from other games. That's all coming up at the half.
Well, Ohio State with 3 timeouts left, 2 minutes to go on the clock. It's plenty of time here in this final minutes of the second quarter to put a drive together, preferably a touchdown drive.
But although the field goals, when you think about it, Nico Radicic is 2 for 3 for Indiana, while Jaden Fielding has hit the only one he's been called on, a 30-yarder.
Pretty much the same offensive line that they started the ball game is still in there. Tegra Shabola working at right guard.
You know, the coach said he played his best game as a Buckeye last week in Ann Arbor.
He sure did. Like to see him rise up and finish strong here today.
1st and 10, Ohio State with the ball at their own 36-yard line, leading 10-6 over the Indiana Hoosiers. The two lone unbeaten teams remaining in FBS, ranked number 1 and number 2 appropriately, playing for a Big Ten title and the number 1 seed in the college football playoff.
Julian Sayin, as Tyler Danberg mentioned earlier, has both those ankles spatted up.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Coaches generally didn't like that, did they?
Yeah, they covered up the logo.
2 wide to the right, and now one of those, a third, is Jackson, who moves behind Sayin in a pistol formation. 1st and 10, Ohio State from their own 36-yard line. Carson Hinsman, the center, positioned over the ball, snaps to Sayin, feeds it Jackson running left side. Jackson grabs a defender who grabs him and drags him to the 40. That defender was Elijah Hardy, who wrapped up Bo Jackson, but he drug him upfield.
Yeah, Hardy faked like he was coming there and then bounced out, showed the quickness that he had to get out there and make that tackle after a 4-yard gain.
We'll see James Peoples come in and get a turn at tailback for the first time. He had no carries last week in Michigan, but was used as a slot receiver. 2nd and 6, Ohio State with the ball at their own 40. Peoples will be off the left hip of quarterback Julian Sayin. Jeremiah Smith is wide right. Tate and 2 others wide left. On 2nd and 6, Ohio State from their 40. Tate now motioning to the right, joining Smith. Sayin looking to throw on the right side. Sayin in trouble, grabbed, and he is sacked at the 37-yard line on his own side of the field by linebacker Isaiah Jones of Indiana.
Yeah, he blew up James Peoples. The running back was in there to block here. Isaiah Jones was able to go through him, push him backwards, and then fall and pick up the sack against Julian Sayin.
So to be 3rd and 8, Ohio State at their own 38-yard line with 55 seconds and counting here in the second quarter. Jeremiah Smith out wide to the left, wide to the right, Carnell Tate and Brandon Ennis. Tight end Max Clare into the line right, with Donaldson in the backfield at running back. 3rd and 8, Ohio State at their own 38. Sayin now giving instructions at the line of scrimmage. He resettles in the shotgun. 5 on the front for Indiana. Sayin back at his own 26 to throw. Sayin will shoot that up the left side of the field for Smith. Incomplete at the Indiana 45 as he had coverage over there draped all around him.
Yeah, and pressure again applied by Indiana's defensive front. Julian Sayin had to move around that pocket. Basically just threw that one away there. So we'll punt for the second time in this ball game.
Jonathan Brady averaging 17.5 per punt return. He's taken one to the house this year. Joe McGuire, junior from Australia, will be punting it away. John Furman will snap it for Ohio State from their own 38 with 32 seconds left until halftime. Furman crouched over the ball. McGuire is at his own 23. Long time before anything happens. Snap goes waist high, but whistle stop play.
Timeout for Ohio State.
Okay.
Charge timeout, Ohio State, their first.
30 seconds.
It's a 30-second timeout.
On the second quarter scoreboard with Ohio State leading Indiana 10-6. Here in the Big Ten championship game, the Buckeyes will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Well, both these offensive lines have given up 3 sacks here in this first half. Ohio State just 6 on the season coming in. Now they've given up 9 sacks on the year. Indiana had 17 sacks, or 15 sacks that they've given up. Now they got 18.
So the down the distance will be 4th and 8 for Ohio State to snap the ball from their own 38-yard line. Buckeyes get the only touchdown of the game so far. Julian Sayin, a 9-yard TD pass to Carnell Tate. That was set up by a Davison Igbinosun interception. Jaden Fielding then booted a 30-yard field goal. Indiana has 2 field goals from Nico Radicic. Again, Jonathan Brady will be back deep to await the punt from Joe McGuire, who's at his own 23. John Furman crouched over the ball, gets the ball back, chest tight, and McGuire gets the punt in the air with the right foot. Brady backing, waves for a fair catch, and he'll make it at the Indiana 14. So that's where the Hoosiers will have the ball with 25 seconds remaining until halftime. 10-6, Ohio State with a lead.
Well, obviously, not the drive you wanted before the end of the half for Ohio State. We've seen them so many times take that second quarter, end of the second quarter drive, and put some points on the board. This time that didn't work out, so have to bank on their defense to come up with a stop here. Just a little bit of time left for Indiana.
See how risky they want to get. Fernando Mendoza straight behind his center, Pat Coogan in a shotgun. Roman Hemby is off his left hip, 3 wide to the right, single flanker left. As Mendoza on first down from the Indiana 15, he's going to hand it to Roman Hemby. Running right side, he'll spin and be grabbed and knocked down right around his own 19-yard line safety. Jalen McClain was in there to kind of
foul that play up, along with help from defensive lineman Caden McDonald.
I think they might be happy with a one-score game right now. Here before the end of the half, it looks like both teams are heading to the bench.
Yes,
or locker room.
yep. The final seconds will tick off, and halftime here at the Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis. Stay tuned, Skip Mossick, with our halftime show coming up at the half. It's 10-6. Ohio State ahead of Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Welcome to the Buckeye Football Halftime Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
Buckeyes are known for paying it forward. That's why Buckeyes Care strives to serve the betterment of our community by positively impacting families across Ohio. Join partners American Electric Power, Kroger, Donato's, the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the James Cancer Hospital, Huntington Bank, and WBNS TV in Columbus in supporting this cause at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeyes Care. Halftime here in Indianapolis, Ohio State 10, Indiana 6. We are joined here at the half, Ohio State President Ted Carter, Athletic Director Ross Bjork. Gentlemen, first half, much what you'd expect, number 1 and number 2 teams in the country going at it.
Yeah, we got a ball game here tonight. They outrushed us and got more yards than we do, but we're winning. And we get the ball in the second half, and we have been playing lights out in the second half. So I still like our chances.
Yeah, I think all of America is tuning into this game, right? A tight ball game, Big Ten football. I mean, just electric day for all of our fans, and the city's been hopping all day. And so I think this is what people expected, is a knockdown, drag-out slugfest. And I like that we get the ball the second half. So let's try to do something with it.
And what a great atmosphere here in Indianapolis.
I was going to say, first time for both of you here in Indiana.
I mean, it has not disappointed, that's for sure. The fans are great. It looks like we got a slight edge on the fans here, I think. Ross, I don't know. Pretty close, but it's
pretty close. Yeah,
but yeah, it's pretty close
for both of you. Ross, we'll start with you. It's been an odd week in regards to college football, in regards to the coaching carousel involving one and maybe 2 head coaches of current college football playoff teams. We've talked about the college football calendar before. What's it going to take to get some of these dates, if not fixed, at least moving in the right direction? I mean, we saw it with Brian Hartline.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for the last couple of years, but I think now's the time. I mean, the presidents and chancellors of the Big Ten actually had a long meeting today with Commissioner Petitti, and I think we really just need to take charge and really come up with the right calendar, the right plan. And we need to stop just working through committees. We really need to take it right to the direct control. And that's the commissioners, that's the NCAA, that's the recruiting calendars, that's the presidents. We're lucky that Ted Carter, President Carter here, is in a leadership role on the Board of Governors for the NCAA. I think we just have to just do it. We've been talking about it for way too long. We let coaches kind of get in the middle of it, and we just need a cleaner process, because what's happening now, we shouldn't have signing day on December 3rd. We shouldn't have coaches that have to make decisions, in the middle of a season, and we're impacted, right? I mean, Coach Hartline, we're happy for him, but that was a disruptive day on Wednesday. And so those are all the things that we can and should clean up. It's actually not that hard if we actually just do it, put our pencils down and get out some chalkboards and let's make this happen. So I think now's the time, because you're just seeing too much angst around this issue.
President Carter?
No, I can just say my colleagues and I, as well as Commissioner Petiti, we know the situation right now is not satisfactory. I mean, this is what's driving teams to fire coaches mid-season. They're getting advantage by hiring new coaches before the end of the year to try to get inside the transfer portal window. It's just the lineup's not right. We got to fix it.
Speaking of the Big Ten, it was a big week for many Buckeyes in terms of individual conference awards this past week.
Yeah, we had some amazing amount of wins by our players. Caleb Downs, Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Back of the Year for the second straight year. Caden McDonald, Defensive Lineman of the Year. Arvell Reese, Linebacker of the Year. Julian Sayin, Freshman of the Year, and Jeremiah Smith, Receiver of the Year for the second straight year. And then 27 players in all earned all conference honors. It's quite a number.
I don't know if there's ever been, on the defensive side, somebody win all three levels on the same team: D lineman, linebacker, defensive back.
Yeah,
I mean that's just a compliment, to our players, our recruiting, and our coaches, obviously.
Allow me to ask you about Ryan Day. It's been amazing what Coach Day has done. 16 games in a row, national title a year ago. Nothing against Coach Cignetti, but what does somebody have to do to win a Big Ten Coach of the Year at Ohio State? I mean, I know in 19 he won co-coach of the year, but guys, prior to that, Earl Bruce in 1979 was the most recent. John Cooper, Jim Tressel, Urban Meyer never won Big Ten Coach of the Year. Come on.
Yeah,
I know where my vote would be.
Yeah, maybe the media is spoiled. They just look up and see the Buckeyes right there, and they don't understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, think how many people we had to replace on defense.
I know.
I mean, think about, we have a new quarterback. Think about the coaching that it took and the development, and I mean that comes down to think about the consistency. But in the moment, those flash awards like that get the attention. And look, Cignetti's done a great job.
Absolutely,
and credit to him. But I think we know what Coach Day is doing for our program day in.
We
day
know
out.
who the best coach in college football is today, right now. I mean, there's no question about it in my mind, anyway.
All right.
Absolutely.
Some of the other sports besides football is a big week as far as some of the other Ohio State teams in action.
Yeah, our women's hockey team ranked number 2. They're going to be playing number 1 Wisconsin this next weekend, so that'll be a rematch in the national championship. How about our wrestling team? Undefeated, number 2 in the country. And our men's basketball team had a great win today against Northwestern, a really gritty win, one that, maybe last year we don't win, and we won this year. And our men's team just had a nice victory against Minnesota in ice hockey. So, yeah, our fall and winter sports are doing great.
Yeah, the women lost today to Wisconsin. So
they're going to play again.
So it was 1-2 in the country there. But and college basketball, Ohio State gets their first Big Ten win today.
Yeah, no, that was great to win on the road. Like President Carter said, last year we probably stub our toe in that game. We need a big crowd Tuesday night there at the Shot. We play Illinois. They're obviously a great program. Those are the kind of games that we want to win and should win. And Coach Debo's doing a great job of building this team. And so just, really hungry. The women play at Northwestern tomorrow on the road. And so basketball, it's sort of crossover season is what we call it. There's definitely a lot happening.
Again, halftime here in Indianapolis, Ohio State 10, Indiana 6. More with Athletic Director Ross Bjork and Ohio State President Ted Carter. That's coming up next. This is Buckeye Football from Learfield.
Yep.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles. From biking to bench presses, Milk's protein helps you build lean muscle and gain more from your workouts.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Polk Heels for Window Nation. Columbus, did you know you can get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? This month, they're offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. Get big savings plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com today.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Again, halftime here in Indianapolis. Big Ten championship game, Ohio State 10, Indiana 6. The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer set sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience, all inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail from Fort Lauderdale to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas with many former Buckeye greats. Call 614-792-6204 to book today. Skip Mossick joined at the half by Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjork and Ohio State President Ted Carter, sitting in the chairs of Paul Keels and Jim Lachey. And you mentioned a nice little shout out that Paul and Jim got this past week.
Yeah, these guys are just pros. I mean, we're sitting here at their desk, and you can see the amount of preparation. You can see their notes. I mean, they're well prepared. Obviously, look, they cheer for the home team. We recognize that, but they do it in a professional, respectful manner. I think Paul has the voice of God. He really does. I mean, those baritone lungs that he puts out there, I think it's just really cool to have those guys really recognized by, Awful Announcing. They cover sports media better than any outlet. And so for them to get recognized by their peers, I think is really cool for Buckeye Nation. That it's just another treasure that we have within our program. And, they're just always around and always supportive. So it's great to have Jim and Paul recognized.
Hopefully Big Daddy doesn't have the St. Elmo's cocktail sauce in here.
That's right. He'll be sweating.
He'll be choking here in the second half. Wanted to mention President Carter, Indiana, while an opponent on the field tonight, also Indiana is a partner for Ohio State in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, a lot of different ways. We are two academic powerhouses. When you talk about the number of students that we've educated in our history, it's over 160,000 students collectively, and we work on some amazing research projects together. I just give you an example of two. One is a national study to see if preventative eye drops can delay nearsightedness in kids. I mean, imagine this kind of work and the kind of potential it has to reduce sight-threatening conditions for our entire national population. The other one we're working on is a national AI grant to really further artificial intelligence through both of our universities. And as we've talked about before, this is a major push by us in artificial intelligence fluency. So we do a lot of work together, and really proud to be partners with them.
Russ, we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, this is obviously the Big Ten championship on the line tonight. Winner of this game goes to the Rose Bowl.
Right. Correct. This is the last year where that's a slotted opportunity to go to. So the Big Ten champ, it's slotted contractually to go to the Rose Bowl. So yes, the winner of this game goes to the Rose Bowl, and obviously will be the number one seed, in the CFP, format. We get the announcement tomorrow at noon. We'll see the full bracket. And so, we're prepped for all of that. Ticket orders have gone in, everything. And then the semifinals are either the Fiesta or the Peach Bowl. And obviously the championship game is in Miami. So no, let's win this game. Let's finish strong. Let's go out to Pasadena, enjoy another great setting. And, this is the run we want, right? This is where postseason starts. And we'll be 3 weeks away from that game, and let's get after it.
And the flip side is if things don't go well, for whoever doesn't come out on top tonight, just wait and see, and then go from there?
I believe both teams will stay in the top four, really. And based on this game right here, I mean, both teams are highly competitive. I think that's how the committee views it. That's how the talk of college football is. You see what's happening around the country. So let's just take care of business, though. So we leave no doubt. That's really the key point here.
It's been a lot of fun doing this together the last couple of weeks. We've got a former athlete here. How often do you guys work together during you're both extremely busy, multiple different things. How much do you work side by side during the week?
Ross and I talk almost every day, sometimes twice a day. So yes, with the dynamics, what's going on in Buckeye athletics and across the national landscape, there's a lot for us to talk about and make decisions on. So we work together quite a bit, and I'm really proud. Ross was my first big hire that I made as a university president, and I'll just say it nationally here, we got it right.
Well done.
I appreciate it. Alignment's critical. So having a direct line to President Carter, to have that alignment, to see things the same way, we collaborate all across campus. So we're not isolated in any way, shape, or form. And so there's a lot of cross collaboration that we need to be a part of and are a part of. So it just makes it a lot of fun to have great relationships across the board.
Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjork, Ohio State President Ted Carter, thanks for doing this.
Thank
As
you.
always, let's
Absolutely.
go get them in the second half.
Let's
okay?
go get them. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
10-6, Ohio State leads Indiana. Halftime of the Big Ten Championship game here in Indianapolis. Up next, we'll check your Saturday scoreboard. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Tailgates, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio Eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio Eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one carton. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
Hey, Buckeyes, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field designed Ohio State t-shirt. And most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Ohio State in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Again, halftime here in Indianapolis. Ohio State 10, Indiana 6. Skip Mossick with a check of your Saturday scoreboard. We'll start you with college football. Other conference championship games earlier today. Big 12 championship game in Arlington, Texas Tech and BYU. It was all Red Raiders.
1st and 10 from the 11. Motion right to left, Aiken. Snap back to Dickey. He's in. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Completely untouched off the right side.
Brian Jensen on Learfield, Texas Tech 34, BYU 7. That was your final MAC championship game in Detroit. Western Michigan defeats Miami 23-13. SEC title game between Georgia and Alabama. It went to the Dogs.
And the Dogs are goal to go on the one now. I formation. Play fake. Gunner rolls to the right. Throws. Caught. Roderick Robinson. Touchdown, Georgia.
Scott Howard on Learfield, 28-7, Georgia over Alabama. ACC championship game in Charlotte. Halftime, Duke leads Virginia 14-7. A lot of people interested in the outcome of that football game. NCAA Division III playoffs today. John Carroll defeats Mount Union in 2 overtimes, 10-7. Ohio High School football state championships in Canton. St. Henry wins the D7 crown 37-3 over Hillsdale. It was Kirtland winning the D6 title 41-6 over Hopewell Loudon. Last game of the day, Division 5. They've gone to the fourth quarter. Liberty Center leads Wheelersburg 35-3. Men's college basketball earlier today in the Big Ten. Ohio State with a win at Northwestern 86-82. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Again, here at the half, Ohio State 10, Indiana 6. Paul and Jim back to preview the second half next. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hosting a passionate crew of Buckeye fans? Revamp your rec room for an epic watch party with power reclining sofas, massaging recliners, entertainment centers, and coffee tables from Bob's. They even have sofas with drop-down tables for snacks and bevs. Shop in-store or online to score big on an incredible game day setup at Bob's everyday low prices. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeyes satellite free on DirecTV. Visit directtv.com to learn more. 10-6 of the half, Ohio State leading Indiana, Jim.
Here's some of the stats. Ohio State had 22 offensive plays for 128 yards, 109 yards passing, 11 carries for 19 yards on the ground. Ohio State's had the ball for 12 minutes and 2 seconds, 0 for 4 on third downs. Indiana, 35 offensive plays for 166 yards, 87 yards passing. They've had 20 carries for 79 yards. They've had the ball for 17:58, so almost 6 minutes longer than Ohio State. They are 3 of 8 on third down conversions. For the Buckeyes, Bo Jackson's your leading rusher, 7 carries for 25 yards. Julian Sayans, 7 of 11 for 109 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. He's been sacked 3 times.
Again, the score at the half, 10-6, Ohio State ahead of Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
We have acres of brand new Chevys, Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, and Ram vehicles, as well as used cars and trucks that you're looking for at the Jeff Weiler Columbus Auto Mall in Canal Winchester. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we can find it at one of our 23 other locations. So come shop the lot or view over 2,000 cars right at your fingertips at JeffWeilerColumbusAutomall.com. Plus, use Weiler Direct to see monthly payments, value your trade, and get pre-approved. Rooted in family, driven by you.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut, to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage Broadcast Booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com, equal housing lender, and MLS number 2229. Second half about to start with Ohio State leading Indiana 10-6 of the Big Ten Championship game. Down on the field to Tyler Denberg.
Coach, what was the look in your players' eyes at halftime?
Yeah, they got a lot of energy. Want to win the first 4 minutes like we always do. We got to do a better job on third down in the red zone and keep playing on defense.
Thanks, Coach. Guys, up to you.
Each first down that Ohio State picks up today brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. Those third and down numbers jump out at you, don't they, Jim?
Yeah, it does. I mean, Ohio State's sitting there 0 for 4 on third downs. They got to find a way to convert. You know, they got to execute better, and they got to have a pretty good scheme. Ohio State tacklers, I didn't get into that stat. Sonny Styles has 9 tackles at half. Caleb Downs has 7. D'Angelo Pounds has 4 tackles. Isaiah Jones has 4 tackles, and Rolisha Hardy has 4 tackles for Indiana. So all in all, pretty good. Fernando Mendoza throwing the football 9 of 15 for 87 yards. He's been sacked 3 times, has 1 interception. Kalon Black has 7 carries for 54 yards, a long of 37, averaging 7.7 per attempt with that long of 37.
You know, neither of these quarterbacks setting the world on fire as of yet.
Not yet. They're not playing. Both these defenses have done a good job. You know, obviously the pressure on the quarterback. Ohio State giving up, 3 sacks. It's 6 sacks in 12 games. They got 3 here in this first half, so they got to tighten down their pass protection. And that'll also help convert on third downs if they get better pass protection.
Well, Ohio State will get the ball to start the third quarter. The Buckeyes score thanks to a 9-yard Julian Sand TD pass to Carnell Tate and a 30-yard field goal from Jaden Fielding. Indiana scoring on a 29-yard Nico Radicic field goal, and then he equaled that with a 32-yarder. He missed one earlier from 39 yards out. That snapped an Indiana record streak of 16 consecutive made field goals.
Oh, you got to love those 25-minute halftime shows.
I know Skip Mossick does.
5 minutes longer than normal.
It allows him to get the snacks.
Just because, right?
Just because, yes. Well, the Big Ten title up for grabs.
Yes.
One of these teams tonight will suffer their first loss of the year. The winner will get the number 1 seed in the college football playoff field that will be revealed tomorrow. And Ohio State hoping it is they. As Quinn Warren has the ball teed up and kicks it off for Indiana. Drives it in the air with the right foot. And Brandon Ennis will come out and field it at the 3. Move to the left side to the 10, 15, middle of field 20. And Ennis will be dropped at about the 26-yard line. As Indiana got him pinched in, and in there was Byron Baldwin, to make the tackles. So the Ohio State offense will start the third quarter with possession of the football.
Indiana's been playing a lot of zone coverage there in that first half, and it seemed to cause Julian Sand to be a little bit off. I expect them to stay with their zone coverage, bringing some blitz underneath to see if they can continue to confuse the freshman quarterback.
Maybe somebody can channel Trey Sermon back in 2020 when he rushed for 331 yards in this game.
Where is that?
1st and 10, Ohio State with the ball at their own 27. Julian Sand working under center, Carson Hinsman. Bo Jackson is the running back. Sand is going to pivot to his right, throw out on the right side where it is caught. Moving to the 30, to the 35, and that is where the tight end, Will Kazmarek, is dumped. Aiden Fisher, linebacker, will play right around the Ohio State 35.
They're going to give him a gain of about 9.5, so they'll spot that ball just outside the 36-yard line.
Kazmarek, a senior from St. Louis, had 2 catches last week in Ann Arbor. So that'll be 2nd and 1, Ohio State, because of what you said, Jim. Ball at their own 36-yard line. Jeremiah Smith will come wide to the right. Carnell Tate wide left. Tight ends on each side of the line. Just one of them on the left, And Sand in a shotgun. Sand with a snap. Hands to Bo Jackson. Behind blockers goes Jackson. Lucy goes 45. Wide to the right side to the 50, and he's going to be taken down at the Indiana 45 by safety Amari Farrell. Bo Jackson is. He picks up a first down for Ohio State, a pickup presented by Kroger.
That's his best run of the ball game. His previous long was 8 yards. That one a lot better for Bo Jackson.
Sneaking up on 1,000 for the season.
Gain of 20 on that one.
The ball marked at the Indiana 44 for the freshman from Cleveland, Villa Angelo St. Joseph.
So unofficially, he's got 997 yards right now.
Knocking on the door. 1st and 10, Ohio State at the 44 of Indiana. Early third quarter, Buckeyes leading 10-6 over the Hoosiers. Jackson remains in the backfield to the left of quarterback Julian Sand. Sand gets the snap, fakes the handoff. Slides to his left, looking to throw. Sand will crank, then he can't fire because he's knocked down at the 50-yard line. Indiana lineman Mario Landino sacks him at the 50.
4 sacks in this ball game. That time they even moved the pocket, tried to roll away from him, and he still was able to come down with the play. He was lined up between Phillip Daniels.
Officials timeout. Injured player.
It is Mikhail Kamara, defensive end for Indiana, who goes limping.
He was lined up in the gap between Phillip Daniels and Tegra Shabola, and they just didn't get the job done.
So Sand gets dropped with the ball marked at, they're going to say, the 49 of Indiana is where they're going to put it down, where it's 2nd and 15 for Ohio State. 13:20 on the third quarter clock. Out of the huddle, the Buckeyes will send Jeremiah Smith wide left, Brandon Ennis and Carnell Tate wide right. Tight end on the right side of the line with Jackson in the backfield next to Sand. 2nd and 15, Buckeyes of the Hoosier 49. Sand looking to pass again. Sets up shop at the 40. Grabbed, and he's going to be sacked again. No, he eludes a defender, rolling to his right, and then sails a pass upfield, and it's going to be incomplete, well short of Tate. But boy, Sand had a defender, Stephen Daly, defensive end, draped all over him.
Progress was stopped. forward progress was stopped.
They're going to call it a sack.
Oh, wow. Rather than an incompletion.
Back-to-back sacks.
This Indiana defense has given Ohio State issues they've not had all year. 3rd and 29. Ohio State backed up now to their own 37-yard line. So let's see what the Buckeyes can do here as all of this pressure has put them in this box. 3rd and 29 at their own 37.
That last time Indiana slandered their defensive front and took advantage of Ohio State, got into gaps and made plays.
C.J. Donaldson in the backfield to the left of Julian Sand. 3-receiver package. Snap to Sand. Drops behind his 30 to pass. Screens it out left side. Donaldson gets it. Races to his own 40. But we had whistle stopping play. Somebody must have called a timeout.
Indiana did.
C.J. Donaldson had a lot of room to roam.
Charge timeout, Indiana, prior to the snap.
Wow.
Their first 30-second timeout.
Well, a well-timed timeout for Indiana and Kurt Cignetti.
He wouldn't have picked up the first down, but he would have got at least maybe 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, maybe got to the midfield stripe.
Exactly.
Maybe. But it'll still be 3rd and 29 for Ohio State at their own 37 as the Hoosiers have racked up back-to-back sacks.
Yeah, after Ohio State picked up 9 yards by a catch by Kazmary.
Please reset the game clock to 12 minutes, 14 seconds. 12-14.
And this is an Ohio State offense that had only surrendered 6 sacks all year. Second fewest in the nation.
They got 5 in this ball game. They got to tighten things up on that offensive line. And, yeah, promising drive started. 9 yards by Kazmary, 20 yards by Bo Jackson, and then negative plays the last 2.
This is where Indiana is much better than they were a year ago, watching it in person. 3rd and 29. Ohio State pushed back to their own 37 after they had creased midfield. Jeremiah Smith will go wide to the left. Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis, wide right. Tight end Max Clare will motion from left to right. Donaldson in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sand. Gets the snap. Sand looking to throw. Middle of the field throws Jeremiah Smith. Cuts to the 35, and he's going to be grabbed and stopped by linebacker Hardy. Right around the 37. Elijah Hardy with that stop. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, a couple first downs, go backwards. Now you got to punt the ball away, so not a promising drive to end the half, and not a promising drive here in the third quarter. After having a couple successful plays, they went backwards. So offensive line's going to have to regroup. Tyler Boland's over there, got him huddled up on the sideline as we speak.
Joe McGuire, junior punter, in need of a big boot. Jonathan Brady is back deep. McGuire puts it in the air with the right foot, and backing up is Brady. He'll let that hit behind him, checks up at the 11-yard line where Ohio State will get it surrounded. Long snapper John Furman will touch it at the Indiana 11. That's where the Hoosiers will have the ball. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Encova Insurance for auto and home, encircling you with solutions you can trust. Encova, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 11:32 to play third quarter. 10-6, Ohio State leading Indiana. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
Toyotathon is on. Get in the spirit of the season with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get $3,000 customer cash on remaining new 25 Tundras. Or get 0.99 APR financing plus $1,000 TFS APR cash. With approved credit through TFS, excludes TRD Pro. APR cash must be applied to deal. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The fans. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Each Buckeye defensive third down this half is brought to you by Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property since 1946. From knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. 11:32 to play third quarter here in Indianapolis. 10-6. Ohio State ahead of Indiana. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Ohio State offensive line coach Tyler Bowen's message to his unit: we have to lock in. We had a drive going, but we got to come back and lock in.
Well, the punt coverage team did their part, getting Indiana pinned down to their own 11-yard line.
He's had 3 punts this ball game, Joe McGuire, and another one inside the 20. It was a good job. It bounced right where he wanted it to and just stuck there.
Well, Fernando Mendoza has thrown 1 interception in the game. It went to Davison Igbinosun. And the Indiana quarterback breaks the huddle. Roman Hemby will be his tailback off his right hip. E.J. Williams wide to the right. Elijah Surratt flank left. Snap to Mendoza. Hands it Hemby. Running right side. And Hemby's going to run into a pile of bodies. Push the pile around the 16-yard line. And that's where it comes to an end. Maybe the 17-yard line. A little late shoving at the end of the play. Caden McDonough. No, Taiwan Malone, defensive lineman, was at the bottom of the pile for Ohio State.
Yeah, too much after the first contact there. They had him, for maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain, but they were able to push that pile for another 2 or 3 yards to make it 2nd and 5.
At the 17 on Indiana's side of the field. Surratt Williams will come wide to the left with Brady. Hemby goes wide to the right. He'll motion into the backfield with Mendoza now. 2nd and 5, Indiana at their own 17-yard line. Snap to Mendoza. He'll hand it again, and going up the middle is Hemby, stopped at the 19-yard line. Ohio State a little more prepared for that. Is getting in there for the Buckeyes to make the stop was Caden McDonald, defensive lineman.
Big third down here for this Buckeye defense. Have to find a way to get a hold here and stop. Get the ball back in their offensive hands. They've had the ball 6 minutes more than Ohio State did there in the first quarter. Got to give offense some opportunities here. The defense has to get a stop.
Course in 3rd and 2, Indiana at their own 20-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Charlie Becker will come wide to the left along with Brady and Surratt. Nowakowski, the tight end, wide right. Hemby in the backfield on 3rd down next to Fernando Mendoza. 2 to go. Indiana at their own 20. Mendoza sets up shop at the 10, looking to throw. He'll crank and fire deep down the middle of the field for Charlie Becker, and he's got it at the 30 of Ohio State, where he's taken down by defensive back Lorenzo Stiles. Big pass completion to Charlie Becker by Fernando Mendoza, getting Indiana in Ohio State territory.
Just going on a little post route right up the middle of the field. Lorenzo Stiles was chasing the whole time. Perfect pass there by Fernando Mendoza to give him a ball at the 30-yard line.
And they're going to get right on it, right there at the Ohio State 29. Quick snap to Mendoza. Hands to Hemby going right side. And he's got room before safety Caleb Downs first makes contact. And then the pile gets pushed inside the 20, finally stopped at the 19. Caden Curry and Jalen McClain finally bring Hemby to an end, but he's getting additional yardage and racks up another first down.
Yeah, back-to-back first downs. 51 yards on that pass to Becker, and then another 10 by Hemby after that. They're cooking right now. They got the ball to 19.
They sure are. With a fresh set of downs. Davion Chandler comes in as a new receiver. 1st and 10, Indiana at the Ohio State 19. Buckeyes leading 10-6 with 9 minutes to play, third quarter. Fernando Mendoza straight behind his center. He's got Kalon Black in the backfield next to him at running back. Give to Black, running right side, and Black is hit and stopped. Linebacker Sonny Stiles, corner Davison Igbinosun. Drop him around the Ohio State 18.
Yeah, there's a little bit shorter gain there, but still a little bit too much. We got to be a little bit stiffer at the point of attack. Our defensive tackles, defensive ends have to do what they were doing in the first half, slowing them down a little bit more.
2nd and 8, Indiana at Ohio State 17. Hoosiers playing without Omar Cooper, one of their top receivers. He went out early in the game with an injury. 2nd and 8, Indiana at Ohio State 17. Becker wide right. Brady and Surratt wide left. Nowakowski into the line left. Black in the backfield with Mendoza. 2nd and 8, Indiana at Ohio State 17. Mendoza's going to slide, look to throw. Looking all over. Mendoza now starts to run up the middle, brings it wide to the left at the end at the 30 of Ohio State, and he just sails it out of bounds well over the head of Elijah Surratt.
Good coverage down the field by Ohio State. Nowhere for Mendoza to go, so he had plenty of time there. Ohio State rushing 4. They couldn't get home. They dove at him a few times but couldn't make a play. Mendoza just has to toss it out of bounds to live to play another down here on 3rd.
Course in 3rd and 8, Indiana at Ohio State 17. Ohio State made some changes on the defensive line. E.J. Williams will go wide right for Indiana. Riley Nowakowski, Elijah Surratt, Jonathan Brady.
will come wide to the left. In the backfield is Black next to Mendoza. 3rd and 8, Indiana at Ohio State 17. Mendoza gets it in his hands, looks to throw, floats out up the left side toward the end zone for Surratt. Got it for a touchdown. Elijah Surratt outfought Jermaine Matthews on a 17-yard pass play. Indiana gets their first touchdown of the night. Elijah Surratt hauls it in from Fernando Mendoza, and it's 12-10 Hoosiers.
Yeah, went to that back shoulder fade there, which he's known to throw, and that time Jermaine Matthews didn't have an answer for Surratt there. Surratt ran a perfect route there, threw it back shoulder, got some hands on him late, but that wasn't enough. Indiana takes their opening drive into the third quarter, down and into the end zone for a TD.
The first time this year Ohio State has trailed in the second half. PAT unit is on. Radicic with a point after kick. It is up, and it is good, giving Indiana a 13-10 lead over Ohio State. When you need urgent care, there are many choices, but there's only one advanced level of urgent care, led by Ohio State emergency medicine physicians. Ohio State Advanced Urgent Care. When you need care fast, the choice is clear. Timeout. Time remaining in the third quarter, 8:02. It is 13-10. Indiana leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Paul Keels here for Window Nation. Columbus, now is the best time to replace your windows. Window Nation is offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. They'll also throw in 2 free tickets for the upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home. Take advantage of big savings, plus one-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com today.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Score perks on game day essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Fernando Mendoza, 17-yard TD pass to Elijah Surratt, plus the point after, have put Indiana back in front. They lead Ohio State 13-10. With a little more than 8 minutes to play, third quarter, down on the field to Tyler Denberg.
Paul, after Surratt caught the go-ahead touchdown over Jermaine Matthews, the Buckeye corner Matthews went over to his fellow defensive backs, tapped his chest 3 times and said, "That's on me." Then he went over behind the bench, got his right ankle wrapped up in some black tape, slapped the table, went back over to his guys. Caleb Downs, his fellow defensive back, checked on him, asked, "You good?" Matthews said, "I'm good." There's still a lot of energy on this sideline, guys.
Yeah, we mentioned this is the first time all season that Ohio State has trailed in the second half of a football game.
7 play, 88 yards, 3:30 off the clock. Obviously, the 51-yard pass to Charlie Becker and 17-yard touchdown to Surratt.
That pass to Becker was the big play in the drive.
Yeah, it was.
Lorenzo Styles and Brandon Innes are back deep for Ohio State to await the kick from Quinn Warren. 8 minutes and 2 seconds left in the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State has a 29-game winning streak over Indiana and 30 if you count a vacated win in 2010.
Well, the offensive defensive lines for Ohio State have to step it up. They gave up 2 sacks on their drive offensively, and Indiana was able to push the pound to get extra yards and pass protect against Ohio State.
Warren's kickoff in the air. Brandon Innes will field that halfway back in the end zone and go to a knee. So to be a touchback, giving the ball a 1st and 10 at their own 25. Each of these quarterbacks have thrown a touchdown. Each of them have thrown an interception. And the Ohio State crowd that is here trying to rally behind the Buckeye offense. The Indiana crowd trying to support their defense.
Yeah, they're waving those white towels, so that's all Indiana right there.
So Julian Zayin, redshirt freshman quarterback from Carlsbad, California, the freshman of the year in the Big Ten. He's got his work cut out for him. Bo Jackson next to him in the backfield. Jeremiah Smith wide right. Ennis and Tate wide left. Now Ennis will motion to a slot right position. Zayin in the shotgun. Awaits the snap from Carson Hinsman. Hands it off to Bo Jackson. Going wide to the left. Jackson, he'll get to the 30 and cut down at about the 32-yard line as Indiana corner Jamari Sharp makes the stop.
Yeah, we had a man advantage on that left side. The way Indiana's defense was overshadowed to our offense's right. They come back with a counter play to the left and pick up 6-7 yards.
Sharp made his first ever start against Ohio State in 2023. 2nd and 3. Ohio State at their own 32-yard line, trailing 13-10 to Indiana. Jackson off the right hip of Julian Zayin, who gets the ball in his hands, feeds Jackson again, trying to go left again. This time, Elijah Hardy, linebacker, drops him at the 30. Elijah Hardy, sophomore from Lakeland, Florida. He was right on the spot.
Buckeyes have substituted at the right guard. Got Gabe Van Sickle, number 58, in there playing right guard for Ohio State on this series.
And this series now faces 3rd and 4. Buckeyes at their own 31-yard line. This Indiana defense has given Ohio State more than anybody has all season. Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis wide left. Carnell Tate wide right. C.J. Donaldson in at tailback. He'll be to the right of Julian Zayin. 3rd and 4. Buckeyes at their own 31 and trailing by 3 points here in the third quarter. Zayin gets the snap. Drops it as 23. Passes up the left side. Caught at the 35-yard line. And Pons, a corner, stops Brandon Ennis, the receiver, right at about the 31. But they're going to give him forward progress and pick up the first down. D'Angelo Pons, not enough to make that full stop on Brandon Ennis.
Yeah, great catch there by number 1, Brandon Ennis, and an excellent throw by Julian Zayin to keep the drive alive. They needed to make a play there. They found a way to get one.
6:20 and counting, third quarter. First down, Ohio State with the ball placed between their own 35 and their own 36. Julian Zayin will work under his center, Carson Hinsman. Single setback right behind him. Zayin fakes the handoff, pivots to his right, looking to throw, tosses out where it's caught at the 40-yard line. 45-50, Mac Clare shoved out of bounds at the Indiana 46-yard line by safety Amari Farrell. That'll be another first down pickup by the Buckeye tight end.
Well, that's the same play that Kazmeri caught for 9 yards. This time Max Clare takes it, and it gets a little bit more. That's a good play there, rolling out, get away from some of the traffic inside, buy a little extra time with your feet, and deliver the pass down the field.
First team All Big Ten tight end Max Clare makes it 1st and 10 Ohio State at Indiana's 44-yard line. Pistol formation, Zayin hands it off Isaiah West, and he's going to be stopped for a loss right around the 34-yard line. Indiana was not fooled at all, and as the young man turns around, they got in there and made the play. It was Tyrate Tucker, defensive tackle.
Yeah, and number 6, Mikhail Kamari, also was able to get involved in that, ran that down from the backside.
So Isaiah West found some tough sledding there. It'll be 2nd and 12, Ohio State with the ball at the Indiana 46. Ennis and Tate wide left, Smith wide right. Max Clare, tight end, started right. He'll motion now into a fullback spot. He and Isaiah West next to Julian Zayin. 2nd and 12, Ohio State at the 46 of Indiana. Zayin will pop the pass down the right side. Caught Jeremiah Smith, thrown out of bounds at the Indiana 29 by corner Pons. Jeremiah Smith makes a tough catch, fighting with his high school teammate D'Angelo Pons, and it gives Ohio State another first down.
Buckeyes there kept extra blockers in. Max Clare, Isaiah West, both those guys stayed in the block there, gave Julian Zayin enough time to hit his All-American wide receiver, Jeremiah Smith.
Ball at the 27 of Indiana on Smith's catch. He will go wide to the left. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line, Kazmarek and Clare. Christian, a 3rd tight end off the line to the left. Jackson in the backfield for quarterback Julian Zayin, who's going to fling it. Quick toss goes out where it's caught by Max Clare. He is hit and dropped at the 19 of Indiana by D'Angelo Pons, cornerback. Tough catch for Max Clare. Tough progress, but he gets into the Giant Eagle red zone.
Yeah, it was just a positive play there, and a good job again by Julian Zayin, getting away from the mess inside, rolling out a little bit to his right, and finding the tight end for a nice gain.
How about D'Angelo Pons, Jim?
Yeah.
He's something, isn't
he? Yep, he's a mighty mite.
2nd and 2. Ohio State with the ball marked at the Indiana 19. Julian Zayin straight behind the center, Carson Hinsman. Sayin feeds it. Bo Jackson running right side. Jackson tripped up and stopped at the 15 of Indiana. He was ready to scratch off and run for more, but it was Elijah Hardy, linebacker, who kind of got to his footwear and got him off balance.
That's his 12th carry of the ball game. He's got over 1,000 yards for his freshman season. That's an excellent job. But now Ohio State's got to find a way, have it first down at the 14 to finish this drive for a touchdown.
So a tough run by Bo Jackson. And the Buckeyes in a tough spot, trailing 13-10 with a little more than 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. First down at the Indiana 14. Pistol set in the backfield. Sand at quarterback. Jackson behind him at tailback. Smith is flanked out wide to the left. Fake handoff by Sand, who rolls to his right, throws in the middle of the field, where it is caught by Kazmarek. Dumped at the 8-yard line. Will Kazmarek by linebacker Elijah Hardy, getting that play inside the 10.
Well, I like what Ohio State's doing, moving the pocket. Again, the quarterback out, rolling out to his right there, and then throwing back to the middle of the field to find Kazmarek for a nice gain on first down.
To make it 2nd and 3 at the Indiana 7 with 2:42 and counting in the third quarter. Jeremiah Smith will go out wide to the left. Nate Roberts and Bo Jackson make up an offset eye for quarterback Julian Sayin, who's in a shotgun. 2nd and 3, Ohio State at Indiana 7, and the Buckeyes trail by 3 points. Sayin fakes that. No, he does feed it. Jackson running straight ahead to the Indiana 5-yard line, where he aligned behind some blockers, but was finally knocked down by linebacker Aiden Fisher.
Get him a gain of maybe 2.5, 3 yards on there, so a little bit of work here to do on third down. Ohio State's obviously got the field goal. The ball is at just outside the 5-yard line, but you got to find a way here to get a first down.
A trio of changes for the Indiana defense. 3rd and 1, and as you said, Jim, the ball's between the 5 and the 6 of Indiana. With 1:57 and counting third quarter, Hoosiers leading 13-10. Buckeyes break the huddle. Smith will go wide to the left. Roberts into the line left. Kazmarek and Christian into the line right as far as tight ends. Jackson in the backfield next to Sayin, who slides to his left to throw. Sayin looking. Sayin flips it left corner toward the goal line, incomplete, where Jeremiah Smith was covered by corner D'Angelo Pons.
No chance to complete that pass there. He just ran out of time, ran out of space. Both Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sayin. Pressure was coming. Had to get rid of the football. Looks like Ohio State staying on the field as of now.
Yes, 4th and 1 with the ball just outside the Indiana 5. C.J. Donaldson and Carnell Tate will come into the lineup. And quarterback Julian Sayin gets him in a huddle. Indiana with some late substitutions themselves. 4th and 1, Ohio State with the ball just outside the Indiana 5. Donaldson single setback. 2 out wide to the left. Sayin will work under center with Tate and Smith wide left. 4th and 1 at the Indiana 5. Sayin takes it himself, squirts forward, and Sayin's going to get the pile up to about the 3-yard line to convert on the first down.
Just a simple quarterback sneak. You know, one of the first short yardage plays everybody learns going back to Pee Wee football. That time Julian Sayin gets behind the center. Carson Hintzman is left guard. Luke Montgomery, Gabe Van Sickle, the right guard, and they push forward to pick up that first down.
Goal to go at the Indiana 4 with 1:10 and counting, third quarter. Again, Indiana with a mass load of changes. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout called.
The rolling on the field was the runner made the line to gain. The play's under further review.
Oh, beautiful. You know, even from as far away as we are, and we're almost as far away from the field as we are in Columbus, it seemed pretty clear that he got inside the 5. But the timeout comes. Let's let him review it. With 1:04 to play in the third quarter, it is 13-10. Indiana leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Buckeye fans, Anduril is an official sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, whose mission is to transform U.S. military capabilities through advanced technology. 13-10, Indiana leading Ohio State with 1:04 to play in the third quarter. During the timeout, the officials overturned the call on the field, saying Julian Sands' knee hit the ground short of the line to gain. So Indiana will have the ball taking over on downs, 1st and 10, with the ball just a hair inside their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, and the Buckeyes, they would have kicked the field goal. It would have been a tie ball game if they would have put it through the uprights. They decided to go for it there on 4th down. The knee went down. The ball was spotted at the 5 where the ball went down, or just a little bit inside the 5. So the defense for Indiana got the stop. Now Ohio State's defense has to get some stops.
Yeah, we got to look at our monitor here, and it looks like it was a good call. So 13-10, Indiana with a lead. Ohio State's defense will try and keep them pressed in with that ball put just between the 4 and the 5 of the Hoosiers. Fernando Mendoza's thrown 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He gets the Hoosiers to break the huddle. Williams and Surratt will go wide to the right. Kalon Black is in the backfield, now in a pistol behind Fernando Mendoza. 1st and 10, Indiana at their own 4. Snap to Mendoza. Hands Black running right side, and Caden McDonald's going to grab him and drop him right there at the line of scrimmage. The 4 defensive lineman got behind him and yanked him down.
This is where you need your big-time players to step up on defense. You got Caden McDonald, defensive lineman of the year. You got Arvell Reese, linebacker of the year. Caleb Downs. All these guys got to step up here in this drive, make it their best drive, get a 3 and out.
Less than a minute to play, third quarter. The scoreboard tells us it's 2nd and 10, Indiana at their own 5. Williams and Brady will go wide to the right, Surratt wide left. Black in the backfield off the right hip of Mendoza. 2nd and 10, Indiana at their own 5. Snap to Mendoza, fakes the handoff, throws upfield, caught at the 15-yard line, and it is Williams who's tackled at the 16 by defensive back Lorenzo Stiles. E.J. Williams with the grab that gets Indiana off the hook and gives them a 1st down.
Yeah, and Caden Curry's going to take a knee. I don't know if he's got something wrong with him or not. The trainers are going to come out and take a look at him, but that time Mendoza rolled out to his right there, bought a little extra time with his feet, and then threw it back to the middle of the field to get the 1st down.
Third quarter comes to an end. It is 13-10, Indiana leading Ohio State after 3 quarters. Timeout on the field. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
New creamy parm pizzas are now at Donato's. A decadent new sauce on 2 delicious new pizzas. Try the crave-worthy chicken veggie parm with roasted chicken, fresh veggies, and that rich creamy parm base. Or the savory bacon spinach parm, where smoky bacon meets fresh spinach for parm pizza perfection. Craving something different? Create your own creamy parm pizza today. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Back in Indianapolis, Skip Mossick with a check of your scoreboard, brought to you by Encova Insurance. Encova, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. ACC championship game in Charlotte, 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Duke 17, Virginia 10. Earlier today, Big 12, Texas Tech defeats BYU 34-7. In the MAC championship game, Western Michigan over Miami 23-13. Georgia defeats Alabama in the SEC title game 28-7. NCAA Division III playoffs earlier today. John Carroll defeats Mount Union 10-7 in 2 overtimes. Ohio High School Football State Championship games. The Division V championship just went final. Liberty Center wins the D5 crown over Wheelersburg 35-3. Earlier, St. Henry wins the Division VII championship 37-3 over Hillsdale. Kirtland, your D6 champions, 41-6 over Hopewell Loudon. Men's college basketball earlier today. Ohio State, their first Big Ten win of the season, 86-82 at Northwestern. Indiana 13, Ohio State 10 as we head to the fourth with the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels.
Thank you, Skip. Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. And Ohio State in a position they've not been in all year, trailing in the second half, trailing going into the fourth quarter. E.J. Williams, who made that last catch, he had 5 catches against Ohio State when he was at Clemson in the 2020 playoffs, a game that Ohio State won.
Yeah, that time Ohio State defense had him backed up, but got to give Mendoza credit. He rolled out to his right and was able to make the play to E.J. Williams to pick up that first down.
And he's getting a lot of play along with Jonathan Brady as receiver because of the injury to Omar Cooper. He went out with an injury in the first half. Right now, Indiana 1st and 10 with the ball at their own 17. Ohio State went for it on 4th and short and got stopped and turned the ball over on downs. This drive started for Indiana at their 4. Fernando Mendoza breaks the huddle. Brady and Becker and Surratt all go wide to the left. Kalon Black is in the backfield left of Fernando Mendoza. 1st and 10, Indiana, their own 17. And Mendoza gets the snap. Hands it to Black, going past right guard. He stood up and stopped. I believe that was Sonny Styles who stuck his head in there. No, it was Davis and Igbinosun, defensive back, that knocked down Kalon Black.
Yeah, playing a little run defense for the quarterback, getting involved in that play. He was able to fill in a hurry and limit him to no gain.
Yeah, right there at the 17. Igbinosun with the interception that Ohio State was able to come up with earlier. 2nd and 10. Hoosiers at their own 17-yard line. Surratt, who caught a touchdown, goes wide left. Becker had a big catch during that drive wide right. Now the tight end Nowakowski will set up on the left side of the line. Pistol formation, Black behind Mendoza at quarterback. 2nd and 10, Indiana, their own 17. Mendoza fakes the handoff, and from his 9, looks to roll to the right side, throws up the middle of the field, and is caught at the 30-yard line by Becker, who was dropped by Jalen McClain right around the 31-yard line. Indiana gets a first down through the air.
Boy, it looked like Kenyatta Jackson got held on that last play there. No call. Indiana had 6 offensive linemen in there, overloaded to the right there, and they came out play action throwing the football. But, again, it looked like he got held.
32-yard line is where Charlie Becker made that grab. He made some big catches, and they're come from behind win at Penn State.
He's our leading receiver now, 4 catches for 86 yards.
1st and 10, Indiana at their own 32-yard line. Becker is one of 3 wide to the right. Handoff will go now to Black running left side, and Black stopped by defensive back Caleb Downs right around the Indiana 35-yard line.
That defense has to find a way to get off the field here, get a stop. Now's a good time.
It would be. Trailing by 3, Ohio State is 13-21 and counting, fourth quarter. 2nd and 6, Indiana, working from their own 36-yard line. Hoosiers trying to win their first Big Ten title since 1967. Surratt will go wide to the left. Ohio State trying to win their first since 2020. Becker and Brady, wide right for Fernando Mendoza. Mendoza in the shotgun, gets the snap. Back to throw, tosses on the right side, caught by Becker at his own 40, and it'll be pushed out of bounds. Grabbed and stopped right around the 45. Finally, Jermaine Matthews' corner had him, but Becker was able to fight him for a couple of extra yards, and that'll give Indiana a first down.
Drive that started on their 5-yard line. They picked up 3 first downs. Now they got the ball out to the 43-yard line. They're moving it right down the field against this Ohio State defense, which is ranked number 1 in the country in total yards.
But Indiana is creasing it. 1st and 10. Hoosiers at their own 43-yard line. E.J. Williams wide to the right. Brady and Surratt wide left. Hemby in the backfield next to quarterback Mendoza, who hands it off to Hemby. Sowing to the left side is Hemby, and Caden McDonald, lineman, will stop him at the Indiana 46.
Yeah, right now the Hoosiers have 296 yards against this Buckeye defense. Ohio State's offense just at 209.
Now, this Ohio State defense, all year has been rock solid, but Indiana has found the formula. 2nd and 6, Hoosiers at their own 47-yard line. Fernando Mendoza in the shotgun. Now they'll glance to the sideline with center Pat Coogan positioned over the ball. Hemby will set up on the right side of Mendoza. 2nd and 6. IU from their own 47. Mendoza gets a high snap, hands it Hemby going left side, and he's tripped up and stopped. Falls at about his 48. Jalen McLean, safety, and lineman Caden McDonald were in there to kind of get him off balance, and that'll bring up a Corson 3rd down.
This is a crucial 3rd down for Ohio State's defense. Indiana's 5 for 10 on 3rd down conversions. They're facing a 3rd and 4 here.
Clock 11:20 and rolling with Indiana leading 13-10. 3rd and 4, as you said, Jim. Indiana with the ball at their own 49-yard line. Elijah Surratt wide left. Riley Nowakowski along with Jonathan Brady and E.J. Williams wide right. Black in the backfield with Mendoza on 3rd down. Indiana from their own 49. Mendoza back to pass at his own 40. Mendoza looking, being chased. Mendoza still chased. Hit ball throwing one incomplete up the right side as he well overthrew Kalon Black. But he had defenders putting pressure on him, namely linebacker Arvell Reese.
Well, they got to stop. They're going to force a punting situation here. Better make sure they don't fake punt here.
Yes.
They're going to send out their punt return team, which surprises me a little bit. Usually Ohio State likes to play punt return safe, keeping their defense out.
Mitch McCarthy, a 27-year-old, the 4th oldest player in FBS, to punt it away to Brandon Innes, who's at the Ohio State 8. McCarthy gets the punt away from his 38. Indes drifting to his left. He'll make the catch at his own 8-yard line, and he's going to be stopped at the 10. Indiana was ready for that play, and making the stop was linebacker Isaiah Jones. Timeout on the field. With 10:45 left in the 4th quarter, Indiana leading 13-10 over Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Toyotathon is on. Get in the spirit of the season with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Corollas and Corolla hybrids. Excludes GR and Corolla Cross. Or lease a gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $199 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from The Diamond Seller, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Seller, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondseller.com.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
College football season is Modelo season. If you're listening to this right now, it's time to reward your full-time fandom with a nice cold Modelo brewing for full-time Buckeye fans. 10:45 to play 4th quarter, Big Ten title game. Indiana 13, Ohio State 10. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
An important possession coming up for Ohio State's offense. It's signal caller Julian saying threw off his headset, sprung from his black plastic seat, and went up and down the offensive benches, high-fiving his guys and telling them repeatedly regarding the 4th quarter, best quarter, best quarter. This is his first true test about a 4th quarter comeback.
And this drive for Ohio State because of the great coverage by Indiana, will start at their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, they flipped the field, or they took this ball from their 5-yard line, got it to midfield, and had a nice punt for 44 yards, and got a 3-yard return on that. So that'll be spotted at the 5. So this is the time for Ohio State's offense. If you want to be Big Ten champs, you got to put together a drive right here.
Toughest test that Ohio State's faced all season. And that's not totally unsurprising, considering the great year Indiana's had.
No, they played great all year long. And, you know, obviously we talked about that big win that they had at Oregon, 30-20. They were able to make some plays. Got to be careful with the football here if you're Ohio State.
1st and 10, Buckeyes at their own 10. Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith go wide to the right. Bo Jackson to the backfield to the right of Julian Sayin. 1st and 10, Buckeyes at their own 10, trailing by 3 points. Snap to Sayin. Hands it Bo Jackson, running left side. Jackson gets to the 15 and is knocked down. Indiana had a defender who got low and undercut him. Looked like that was safety Lewis Moore.
Yeah, Ohio State's just had 21 rushes in this game for about 37, 38 yards, but Julian Sayins had minus 29, 5 sacks factor into that.
2nd and 6, so Ohio State at their 14. Bennett Christian, Carnell Tate wide right. Jeremiah Smith wide left. Sayin and Jackson in the pistol in the backfield. 2nd and 8, Ohio State at their own 14. Here in the fourth quarter, trailing by 3. Sayin gets the snap in the pistol. Hands it to Bo Jackson going right side. Squirts through to the 20, taken down at the 24-yard line. Lewis Moore makes the stop, but Jackson picks up the first down, a pickup presented by Kroger.
Yeah, 2 carries for Bo Jackson. He picks up the first down. He'll go out, take a break. Isaiah West, number 32, will check in for him.
Under 10 to play, fourth quarter. Fresh set of downs for Ohio State, moving right to left at their own 24-yard line. Buckeyes have 2 wide to the left, single receivers out wide to the right for quarterback Julian Sayin. Now Tate is motioning from left to right. Isaiah West in the backfield next to his redshirt freshman quarterback. Sayin to pass, sets up at his 14. Sayin plants his feet, fires down to the right side, caught by Kaz Merrick, who's dropped at his own 28-yard line by linebacker Aiden Fisher of Indiana.
Positive yards. You like to see that on first down. That time Julian Sayin had plenty of time. Indiana just rushing 4 guys. Ohio State's offensive line was able to pick those up, and as our tight end got out there in the flat, Aiden Fisher was there to make that stop.
So 2nd and 6. Ohio State with the ball at their own 28-yard line with 9 minutes to play, fourth quarter. 13-10, Indiana leading. Roberts, the up man in an I formation, Sayin under center. Hands Isaiah West going right side, and he's going to be grabbed and stopped around the 28-yard line by defensive lineman Hosea Wheeler.
Yeah, it was a good play there by Hosea Wheeler. He plays defensive tackle, is able to come off the block there of our right guard, right tackle, come outside and make the play for no gain.
So it will be 3rd and 5, Ohio State at their 29-yard line. Excuse me, that was not Wheeler. It was Daly. His jersey was scrunched up, thought it was a 0. 3rd and 5, Ohio State at their own 29. C.J. Donaldson in the tailback. He's to the left of quarterback Julian Sayin. Who's going to throw? Sayin at his 19. Sayin looks, fires middle of the field. It is caught by Donaldson, who'll get the first down, scooting up to the 36 before he's finally stopped by linebacker Aiden Fisher. Change move on the catch to C.J. Donaldson.
There's a 3rd down conversion for this Ohio State offense. They needed that play in the worst way. 2 of 8 on 3rd down conversions.
Under 8 to play in the game that Ohio State trails 13-10. First down Buckeyes at their own 37-yard line. They led this game at the half 10-6. Julian Sayin sets up in a shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Looks and dumps it out left side where it's caught Jeremiah Smith. He's in trouble at his own 30, and that's where he'll be dragged down at the 30-yard line. Indiana was able to get Elijah Hardy, or that might have been Devin Boykin, defensive back, who wrestled him to the ground.
Yeah, that'll be a loss of 5 yards on that play there. Good gang tackling there and way to rally to the football by the Indiana defense to get out there and make that play.
So it will be 2nd and 15. Ohio State with the ball at their own 32. Clock not in the favor of the Buckeyes right now as we near the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. 13-10, Indiana leading. Brandon Ennis breaks wide to the right. Jeremiah Smith wide left. Tight ends on each side of the line. And Jackson in the backfield next to Sayin. 2nd and 15, Buckeyes at their 32. Sayin's going to go on top. Sayin looks, and he fires in the middle of the field. Bo Jackson has it. Jackson gets to his own 39, and finally he is stopped there as linebacker Isaiah Jones had halted his progress.
Bo Jackson had 17 receptions coming to this ball game and a TD, so that time he was kind of the safety valve after Julian Sain was looking down the field. He looked in the middle of the field and found him.
3rd and 8. Ohio State at their 39. 6.5 to play, fourth quarter. Out of the huddle come the Buckeyes. Brandon Ennis will go wide to the right, along with Carnell Tate. Jeremiah Smith wide left. C.J. Donaldson is in the backfield, along with Max Clare surrounding Julian Sain. 3rd and 8, Buckeyes at their own 39. Hinsman snaps to Sain, back to throw from his 28. Sain looking. Sain being chased, rolling to his right side. Sain on the run, throws upfield. Caught by Tate, who steps out of bounds at the Indiana 41. Stepped out in front of safety Amari Farrell. First down, Buckeyes in Hoosier territory.
Felt like I said this all night. Julian Sain buying extra time with his feet because he had some pressure applied inside the pocket. He went outside the pocket to the right towards the Indiana bench, found Carnell Tate right there on the sideline, and put it on the money.
Ball marked at the 41 of Indiana. 5:47 and counting, fourth quarter. 13-10, Hoosiers leading. Buckeyes trailing in the second half for the first time all year. David Adolph in. He goes wide to the right. Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis wide left. Jackson in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sain. Gets the snap. Hands to Bo Jackson. He squirts ahead to about the Indiana 38-yard line, where he is knocked down just getting past the 40. The Hoosiers are able to get the stop made by linebacker Isaiah Jones.
Last week, Bo Jackson had 22 attempts. He's had 15 attempts for 72 yards so far in this game.
And the Buckeyes are really churning the clock here as we get close to the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. 2nd and 8, Ohio State with a ball at the Indiana 39. 13-10, Hoosiers.
Dave Adolph trots off. Jeremiah Smith goes on.
And he'll go wide to the right with Brandon Ennis. 2 tight ends, Clare and Kasmerick out there. Now Clare will set strong to the right as a fullback. Sain in the middle of the two backs, fakes the handoff. Sain looking to throw. Sain eludes the defender, tosses it incomplete on the right side as he threw it over the head of Bo Jackson out near the Indiana 35 where he was covered.
Yeah, we had some guys open down the field, but the pass protection broke down there, so Julian Sain just had to pull the ripcord and throw the ball out of bounds to save the down.
And it stops the clock with 4:43 on the scoreboard. 3rd and 8, Ohio State at Indiana's 39-yard line.
Well, they've had 2 third-down conversions on this drive. Let's see if they can come up with another one.
A badly needed one. Jackson and Smith go wide right. Ennis comes wide to the left with 2 tight ends. Now Jackson will return to the backfield with Julian Sain. 3rd and 8, Ohio State at Indiana's 39. Indiana blitzing. Sain screens to the left side for Ennis, who's going to throw. Ennis will throw it back over on the right side where it's caught by Bo Jackson. He'll race it to the 35 of Indiana. The flag thrown as he's knocked down at the Indiana 32 by defensive back Devin Boykin.
They threw that in the area of Phillip Daniels down the field. Let's see what the call is.
We saw Indus complete a pass on a kick return earlier this year to Lorenzo Styles.
Well, they're going to call that on Indiana, going low on the blocker. Took his knees out.
That ball was thrown into a crowd, too.
Yeah.
Personal foul. Illegal low block. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That is on defensive end, Mikhail Kamara. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Buckeyes are in the Giant Eagle red zone, 1st and 10 at the Indiana 18 with 4:33 to play in the game. Hoosiers a 13-10 lead, but the Buckeyes are driving. I formation behind Julian Sain, who will work under center Carson Hinsman. Jeremiah Smith is out wide to the left. Sain barks out the call from underneath Hinsman. Hands it off to his running back, Bo Jackson, coming left side. Jackson shakes off defender, spins to the 14, gets his way to the 10, and goes down at the 10 of Indiana. Finally stopped by safety Amari Farrell. Bo Jackson got yards he shouldn't have.
Exactly right. Extra moves, extra spin, 1, 2. It looked like a gain of maybe 2 or 3. Ended up a gain of 8.
So that'll make it 2nd and 2 with the ball at the Indiana 10 with 3:57 and counting in the fourth quarter, with Indiana leading 13-10. Freshman Bo Jackson being highlighted. He will be behind quarterback Julian Sain in a pistol. Jeremiah Smith wide left. 3 tight end package, 2 on the right, 1 on the left. 2nd and 2, Ohio State at Indiana's 10. Sain in the pistol with a snap. Hands to Jackson. Jackson gets inside the 10. He'll go down at about the 8-yard line. And that's where Bo Jackson is knocked down around the Indiana 8-yard line, down to the bottom of the pod. Looked like that was defensive end Mikhail Kamara.
I don't think he got the first down. They're going to mark that at the 9.
With 3:17 and counting. And it'll be 3rd and 1 at Indiana's 9.
3rd and inches, right?
I would think so. Bo Jackson remains in the huddle. He and Nate Roberts will make up an offset eye. 3rd and less than 1. Ohio State and Indiana's 9. Nobody out wide. Sand under center, Hinsman. Julian Sand receives a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right to throw. Sand looks, throws in the end zone, batted away and incomplete. Through for Bennett Christian in the end zone. But back there to bat that ball away was linebacker Elijah Hardy of Indiana, and Ohio State will send a field goal unit out to try and tie the game.
A lot of contact on that, no call. Indiana was in their short yardage goal line type defense, had every gap covered up. Ohio State comes out of there, wants to get a pass, see if they can get the tight end, Bennett Christian, 101 out the end zone. They had him 101, but he couldn't get any separation from the linebacker.
It'll be a 27-yard field goal try for Jaden Fielding, who's already hit one tonight. Furman set to snap it. McGuire to put it down at the 17. It's down. The kick by Fielding in the air to tie the game, and Fielding misses. He pulled it to the left. And with 2:48 to play, Indiana will get the ball, leading 13-10. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Aetna Medicare Solutions. Guidance for the Medicare protection you need. Timeout with 2:48 to play. 13-10. Indiana with the lead. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over. Funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Jaden Fielding misses on a 27-yard field goal, and Ohio State still trailing Indiana 13-10 with 2:48 to play, fourth quarter. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
After missing the field goal, snapping a stretch of 8 straight field goals made, Jaden Fielding was dejected. But Brandon Innes, his teammate and a wide receiver, the team captain that he is, ran right out off the bench to quickly console Fielding, and the defense wasted no time. They're ready to get back out of the field.
Well, this defense put in a position that they've not been in all year. This whole team has been put in that position.
Yeah, they're going to have to get stops, use their timeouts, hope to get the ball back.
Or get a turnover, which they've gotten one of those tonight.
That would be great.
Indiana, 1st and 10 at their own 20 with a 13-10 lead. Fernando Mendoza brings them out of the huddle. Kalon Black is next to him in the backfield. 3-receiver package with a tight end on the left. Mendoza in the shotgun, gets the snap, hands to Black, sweeping left side, and Black's knocked down right around his own 24-yard line as Ohio State had a defender get down there low to bring him down. I believe that was Davison Igbinosun corner.
I believe you're right.
Charge timeout. Ohio State, their first.
with 2:44 left in the game. And the timeout occurs with Indiana leading 13-10. We'll pause. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Paul Keels here for Window Nation. Columbus, now is the best time to replace your windows. Window Nation is offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. They'll also throw in 2 free tickets for an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home. Take advantage of big savings, plus one-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com today.
Hey, college football fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day's #1 pour. We're celebrating every snap from coast to coast because it doesn't matter what colors you wear as long as Evan's there. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and enjoy the smooth, rich taste of my favorite Kentucky bourbon at your next tailgate. Go Buckeyes! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
2:44 left in the fourth quarter of the Big Ten Championship game. 13-10, Indiana with a lead over Ohio State. Our thanks to AEP Energy for sponsoring our Buckeye pregame show all season long. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Yeah, they gave up 5 there on first down, so Indiana's got 2 downs here to get 5 more to get a first down. And Ohio State using their timeouts, trying to preserve time on the clock here, but they've got to find a way to get off the field. And even then, the way Indiana's defense is playing against Ohio State's offense, nothing guaranteed that they will get some points.
Ohio State missed a chance to tie the game. Jaden Fielding missed a 27-yard field goal.
Yeah, we went for it on fourth down and came up short with a knee went down on the quarterback sneak under review. They called him down short. And then with that knowledge, they had another 4th and short. They decided just to kick it and wide left.
So Indiana, as you said, has the ball 2nd and 5 at their own 25-yard line. Number 1 and number 2 in the country, playing just as tight as you would imagine those rankings would indicate. Playing as tight to one another.
Yep. Now, it's been a great ball game if you don't have anything vested in it.
Exactly. Playing for the Big Ten Championship. Fernando Mendoza has thrown a touchdown. He's thrown an interception. His team breaks the huddle. Elijah Surratt will go wide left. He caught the TD. Charlie Becker, Jonathan Brady, wide right. Kalon Black in the backfield next to Mendoza, who's in a shotgun. 2nd and 5, Hoosiers at their own 25-yard line. Mendoza hands Black, and Caden Curry drops him right at the 24-yard line. Defensive end snuck into the backfield and made the tackle to bring up a Corson 3rd down.
Ohio State
Short timeout. Ohio State, their second, a 30-second timeout.
And, of course, we'll get to the 2-minute timeout in 41 seconds of gameplay here. So Indiana is looking at 3rd and 6 from their own 24-yard line.
Yeah, let's see if they decide to put the ball in the air. Some play action. Mendoza's done a good job with that, rolling out and making plays towards the middle of the field. Those can be intercepted. And you got to worry about the quarterback run. He's shown the ability to do that, averaging over 4 yards per carry for the season.
Fernando Mendoza, junior from Miami, Florida, transferred from California, where at one point he was the 5th-string quarterback for the Golden Bears. Out of high school, the only school that offered him initially was Yale.
Well, he had to get developed, and he worked on it, and now he's become one of the best quarterbacks in America.
Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. 2:41 left in the game. 13-10, Indiana leading. Hoosiers 2nd and 5. With the ball, 2nd and 6. They changed it. Ball at their 24. 3rd down, 3rd and 6. Indiana at their own 24. Black in the backfield off the right hip of Fernando Mendoza. He gets the snap, drops back at his 15 to pass, sails that one up the right side of the field for Charlie Becker. Got it and taken down at the Ohio State 45. Made the grab over corner, Jermaine Matthews. Another big catch up the right sideline by Charlie Becker of Indiana to give the Hoosiers a crucial first down.
Well, what a throw and what a catch. Excellent route there by Charlie Becker working outside on Jermaine Matthews. Just a little go route there and puts it right over the back shoulder into his hands for a big completion.
Ball is marked at the Ohio State 43-yard line, and we will get to the 2-minute timeout here in the Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis, where the Indiana Hoosiers have a 13-10 lead over the Ohio State Buckeyes. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country, Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
2 minutes to play, fourth quarter in the Big Ten Championship game. 13-10, Indiana leading Ohio State. A reminder to stay with us after the game for the Encova Insurance postgame show. We'll hear from Coach Ryan Day and announce our postgame awards, including the IBEW Electric Play of the Game, and we may just have witnessed the Electric Play of the game.
Yeah, it was an incredible throw by Fernando Mendoza there. Back shoulder to Charlie Becker, and Becker came up with a great catch right in front of the Ohio State sideline. Jermaine Matthews was there, but just couldn't get a hand up to deflect the football. Good play there by Indiana's offense.
Very similar to the play that Will Howard made to Jeremiah Smith late in the Notre Dame game last year in the national championship.
Yeah, the third and Jeremiah, they called it.
Yeah.
They're going to call this a third and Charlie.
Well, this guy has made big catches with Omar Cooper out due to injury, and he did a lot of it in the Penn State win when they were without Surratt due to injury.
Yeah, with one more timeout left, Buckeyes will just, I got to think Indiana is just going to run the football here, force Ohio State to take the timeouts, and then milk as much time off the clock as they can.
1st and 10, Indiana at Ohio State's 43, 13-10 Hoosiers. Center Pat Coogan over the ball. Quarterback Fernando Mendoza in a shotgun. He hands it. Kalon Black slips and goes down right at about the 47-yard line. Safety Caleb Downs was about to come up to drop him, but he slipped and went down, Black did.
Yeah, and Ohio State's going to save that timeout. They're not going to use it right now, so Indiana will huddle up, take time off the clock, and run another play.
2nd and 10, ball still at the Ohio State 43. That clock, minute 36 and rolling. 13-10 Hoosiers. Trying to end a long losing streak against Ohio State and end a long streak of not having a Big Ten championship. 2nd and 10 at the Ohio State 43 for the Hoosiers. Kalon Black off the left hip of quarterback Mendoza. Williams wide to the right. Surratt wide to the left. Give to Black moving straight ahead, and he's going to push that pile to about the Ohio State 40, where he is finally stopped by linebacker Sonny Styles. It'll bring up a course and 3rd down.
Ohio State
Church timeout. Ohio State, their 3rd final timeout.
And it occurs with a minute 10 remaining in the game. Timeout on the field, 13-10. Indiana with the lead. This is the Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
Buckeye Nation, the game's on fire. Whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, make sure Buckeye Vodka, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, is in your lineup. Distilled for a smooth finish, it's the perfect play for any game day. Grab yours and please enjoy responsibly. And be sure to follow them on social media at Buckeye Vodka. That's at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
1 minute and 10 seconds left in the Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis. 13-10, Indiana with a lead over Ohio State. Second-ranked Hoosiers, top-ranked Buckeyes, the only two unbeatens in FBS. Playing a tight three-point game, but the advantage belongs to the Hoosiers right now. Not only just on the scoreboard, but where they're positioned. 3rd and 7 with the ball at the Ohio State 40.
Need to stop, obviously, right here. And they're still going to milk some time off the clock with 1:10 to go. If Ohio State gets a stop, they might have 30 seconds to work with. They got to go a long way.
Long way. Fernando Mendoza and the Indiana offense all gathered around one another around the 50-yard line. And the Ohio State defense waiting their play.
Get to go back to Becker?
I'm not sure. Why not, though, with the way he's played? 3rd and 7. Indiana with the ball at the Ohio State 40. Except for the fact that Becker's not out there. Mendoza in a shotgun, gets the snap. Hands Kalon Black running straight ahead. The pile's going to meet him around the Ohio State 39 and bring him to an end. They finally do blow the whistle as Ohio State was ready for Kalon Black's run up the middle. Peyton Pierce, linebacker, was in the middle of that with lineman Caden McDonald. So Indiana will be looking at 4th down with the ball placed at the Ohio State 38.
Yeah, they'll have maybe 20 seconds to work with.
And 40 seconds and counting on the game clock. 13-10 Hoosiers.
I can see the Hoosiers running around trying to milk the clock as much as they can here on this 4th down call.
30 seconds and counting. 4th and 5 with the ball at the Ohio State 38. It's placed between the 38 and the 39. 24 seconds on the clock that is now stopped as Indiana takes the
Charge
timeout.
timeout, Indiana. They're second.
Well, after all of the emotion and the thrill of Ohio State's win in Ann Arbor last week, they find themselves in a extremely undesirable position right now.
Yeah, 16 straight wins for this team, and now they're going to need a miracle if they want to make it number 17.
Yeah, 29 in a row over Indiana, not counting a vacated win in 2010. Also 9 consecutive wins over ranked teams. That really was fueled by that run in the playoffs last year.
Got to give Indiana credit. Their defensive line was able to get pressure against Ohio State, pick up 5 sacks. They've made enough plays, especially on fourth down there, right near the goal line.
They're going to send their punter out. Mitch McCarthy. Brandon Innes is at the 8 for Ohio State with 24 seconds left in the game. And Indiana leading 13-10. Long snapper Mark Langston over the ball at the Ohio State 38-yard line. Ohio State players adjusting. Snap gets to the punter, who puts a soft, short one in the air. Innes will make a fair catch around the 14 of Ohio State with 18 seconds left, and the Buckeyes trailing 13-10.
With no timeouts left, so you might have four plays to work. The middle of the field is probably taken away. You got to work the sidelines.
You're going to have to rub that lamp real hard to see the genie. Ohio State 1st and 10 with the ball at their own 14-yard line. If Julian Sand wants a Heisman moment, here's an opportunity for one. Brandon Innes, Jeremiah Smith will go wide to the right. Max Clare, Carnell Tate wide left. Running back is C.J. Donaldson. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 14 and trailing by 3 points. Sand in the shotgun, gets the snap. Drops back at his 5, looking to pass. Sand looks. Sand dumps it left side. Donaldson, who races out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, stopping the clock with 13 seconds left.
Yeah, it took 5 seconds off the clock. We gained 1 yard there. Indiana was only rushing 3 guys, so they dropped 8 against our 4 receivers, had everybody covered up down the field. The only thing you could go to was the check down.
So to be 2nd and 9, Ohio State at their own 15-yard line with 13 seconds left. Out of the huddle they come. Smith wide right, along with Innes and Tate. Max Clare wide left. Donaldson in the backfield with Sand. 2nd and 9, Ohio State at their own 15. 3-man down on the line for Indiana. Snap to Sand. Back at his 5. Sand looks. Sand plants his feet. Fires deep down the middle of the field. Ball in the air. Volleyed in the air. And it is knocked into the hands of somebody who came down around the 39. They're going to say incomplete. There was a crowd of people around there. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and Max Clare were there. Clock stopped with 2 seconds left as Indiana had Sharp back there, defensive back, helping break that play up, along with Byron Baldwin.
Well, they got 85 yards to go, 2 seconds to do it.
Yes. 3rd and 9 with the ball at the 15, if that matters. 13-10, Indiana leading. Ohio State comes out of their huddle. Smith, Tate, and Innes will go wide right. Clare wide left. Donaldson in the backfield next to Sand. 2 seconds left. 3rd and 9. Ohio State at their 15 and trailing by 3 points. Snap to Sand. Back at his 5. Sand looking. Sliding to his right. Sand at the 10 on the run. Throws upfield. Ball in the air, and that ball is going to be knocked around, and it ends up in somebody's hands around the 40, but the play's going to come to an end, and so will the game as Jeremiah Smith, it looked like, came up with a football. But Indiana will win the Big Ten championship as they defeat Ohio State 13-10, ending a 29-game losing streak to the Buckeyes, handing Ohio State their first loss of the season. Indiana, their first Big Ten championship since 1967. Final score, 13-10, Indiana over Ohio State. This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
Stay tuned for the Encova Insurance Buckeye postgame show coming up. Brought to you by Encova Insurance, Bob Evans Farms, and by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time